Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday. Welcome to the beginning of your weekend. Should your weekend begin on a Friday? It is September the 1st, which means the trading post is out. And normally I would be scrambling to fill the bar and buy everything right away because that was kind of a thing that I liked doing on the 1st. And right now I have a problem. And my problem is that I'm really into hardcore. I'm really into it. And I kind of want to just procrastinate on the trading post tender and do it later, especially if I'm going to get some amount of it done. And well, I guess all I'm really doing in retail right now is raid logging, but I'll get some amount of it done from raid logging. And they mentioned something about there being extra activities that you can do to finish it in the last week of the month. So I don't think it's like I'm not going to do it. It just might be like I won't do it right now, especially if when patch comes out, 10.17 is coming out during September. I'm sure I'll be doing something in game then. I feel like I can ride the hardcore wave out as long as I'm super feeling it. Death equals retail? I don't have to. Yeah, you've got a whole month to fill the bar. That's true. It's true. Today's the start of a 10-day weekend for me. Oh man, that's a vacation. Took the liberty to fix the title a smidge. Made a no mage last night in hardcore. Labor Day weekend in the US. I see. So, I want to start a new prediction. I also resolved yesterday's, which I totally forgot to do at the end of yesterday's stream. Thank you for reminding me, and also I'm sorry. I want to start a new prediction of whether or not I'm going to die in stream. I'm planning to stream the same amount of time. Hunter leveling. We are level 14. I did do a little bit off stream, I think. I'm level 14, and I'm just starting and getting into Darkshore. To help you make your decision, on one hand, I have a pretty sweet weapon. I got this fine short bow. I found one up on a vendor. I dropped 30 silver for it. It's got pretty good DPS for my level. I'm also rocking the good arrows and stuff. And on the other hand, Darkshore is extremely dangerous and a lot of people die here. And I'm also very close to the level where my gnome warlock died. My gnome lock bit the dust tragically at level 15 and I'm level 14 and a half. I don't think I'm going to die, but I never do. I'm going to start the prediction. Choose wisely. I have a feeling that there will be a lot of believing and a lot of disbelieving. So let's start it over again. You guys got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to, I'll leave it open for 10 minutes to vote channel points if you want to. They're not for anything. This is just for fun. I bought some pants and boots off the auction house, some crafted ones, because my gear was horrific. I had replaced the gray leather set from Teldrassil with the gray leather set from Darkshore. I'm not planning to do any dungeons, and I feel like I have a plan. Also, kitty cat, hello. You want to say hi to the stream? You want to say hi to the people? Maybe I should drink some coffee before I get into it and eat all my juice. Hi. Yeah, I think I have a plan for how to safely tackle Darkshore. And I'm planning to be as obnoxious as I need to be in order to be safe. But, thinking you're safe is sometimes very different from actually being safe. So vote. No plans to swim at this time. Beware of murlocs. It was good knowing you, Errol and Nutty Games. I want to see how this prediction's going so far. So far, ooh, very even. I thought that would be the case. Real even odds between yes, super dead, and no way invincible. I mean, I think that the odds would be different if I hadn't died at this level on, I think that the death of Hazel kind of toasted my credibility. I want to sell that oily blackmouth, but I don't think I'm probably just gonna carry it around for a while and then feed it to a fish. I have some 4 stam food now. I've started boiling clams. I've also been farming some murlocs to get some clams to boil. Turns out I had to load in a 4-hour-old game. Oh, Preservationist Cat has a puzzle for me. Today it's harder to predict. Yeah, this is a spicy one, because on one hand, I am a very smart, talented gamer. And on the other hand, Darkshore eats people like me for breakfast. I'm sure it wouldn't be very hard to find people that are dying at my level in Darkshore. I'm going to do a little warm-up walk down the beach, because last time I died pretty close to the top of the stream. And it was because it was because I got headshot by a truck. But it didn't help that I was filled with confidence and hubris, and I had just fired up I think I wasn't really in the swing of it yet. So I'm going to take a little practice walk down the beach. I don't even need any quests down here. I've actually done these quests already. I've done the pygmy crawlers. I've done the first buzz box. I overlevel these things quite a bit. I can pretty safely farm the murlocs around that first corpse that's on the beach, and they drop the clams I need to make my food. So I'm just gonna take a little warm-up walk. It'll be some experience. It'll be not too bad. Look at all these. Oh no, they're all dead. I was gonna say, look at all these crabs for me to kill. Nope, they're gone. I believe in you. Done some stuff out of order. It's so funny that I can see. You say you believe in me. You predicted that I would die. I can see your prediction. Not that I'm not mad. It's just very funny. Oh man. Let's see. You're right. I did store up enthusiasm over the weekend. Are there any murlocs there? There's one. Totally gonna live today. Someone else who has predicted that I'm super dead. Okay, well now I have to live to spite Perk in particular. That's level 13 Murloc. Let's be careful. Gonna play both sides so you win. I believe in you, but I'm realistic. Alright, alright. This is a motivational tactic that I'm sure life coaches around the world are bottling up as we speak, which is getting people to not believe in you publicly so that you have people to spite. Votes should be anonymous. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Oldeg. I don't know if you guys can see what each other voted, but I see a badge. I see a badge by each person that voted. Channel points as to what you voted for. Okay, so those murlocs are all dead. I need strider meat. And there's a little patch. I wonder if this patch of red is from that murloc little patch, or if there's actually something that happens over here. I know there are some thistle bears. I've started using my tab target as a means of detecting hazards because I swear I can't see sometimes. Like when a mob isn't close enough for the nameplate to show, even though I have always no show nameplates, it's just a very short range in classic. Whenever they're not close enough for the nameplate to show, you can still tab to them sometimes, so I've been using that to try to figure out if there's anything near me. Oh, I can't see how much you voted either. I can just see which side. One attack on that crap. Listen, don't worry about tuna. Don't worry about tuna. Tuna's gonna do as tuna does. Yeah. I believe. I would love to get better gear. I was kind of looking through database, but what I was discovering as I looked through database is that most times that I'll find an item and I'll be like, oh, that would be actually really nice to have at this level. The quest or the area to get it in seems so dangerous that it doesn't seem like a great idea to do in hardcore. If anything, I think the safe move, and this isn't groundbreaking, I think people know this, but I think the safe move, I'm going to head up here and do these striders, is to just stick to mobs that you overlevel. You're going to have more hit chance, you're going to dodge them more easily, and even if the gear that you're getting from them as random drops or like from those quests is less good than the gear you would get from stuff that's current level, it's not worth the risk to fight stuff that is your level, unless you absolutely have to. I think there should be enough. Darkshore is a big zone. I think maybe one of the reasons that it's a bit dangerous, well, one, it's covered in trees, so there could be monsters lurking behind any one of these. Secondly, it encompasses a lot of different... Darkshore encompasses a lot of different level ranges, so you're not necessarily... Like, it's not that hard for you as a level 10 or 12 or whatever. I'm 14, but still. To run into accidentally... Like, you don't have to go very far out of your way to wind up... you don't have to go very far out of your way to wind up somewhere you don't want to be. That's a thistle bear. Are there... I don't see any other thistle bear cubs. I thought I needed to trap one. Capture... Oh, no, I need to trap a rabid thistle bear. Regular thistle bear, not so much. We're just gonna auto-shot that down and watch our 6. You have to turn on all nameplates. That has a long distance. I thought I did. Interface... I've always show. I mean, so you mean I have to turn on friendly nameplates in order for... I have always show nameplates. 607 versus 235k people want blood. The dangerous thing is that now you guys have well, not that vested because, again, channel points are not worth anything, but a vested interest in seeing me die. Not that anybody would grieve, but what would be the best way to distract me with chat? You guys can't put like cat pictures in the chat directly, otherwise that would be pretty effective. I'm a simple creature. Moonstalker runt. I've seen those get people too.
I need to get closer.
Needed as a hunter when you can't see the health plate. Nameplate distance was at 20. People are telling me that it's kind of a fake setting in hardcore, and then regular classic you can crank nameplate distance, and in hardcore you've got the slider but it doesn't do anything. Here, let me crank it back up again. I swear I've done this before. I'll also turn on friendly nameplates. Why not? I don't think I would love for it to help. I don't think it does. I think that even with here, I'll reload too, just for good measure. I think that even with that cranked on hardcore servers specifically, I'm not getting a nameplate until that thing is within 20 yards of me. Yep. I wish that wasn't true. I've checked before, which is why I'm being annoying about it. Good morning, Hazel and chat. Good morning. One that shows names, the other shows health bars. Health bars limited to 20. Nameplates is long distance. But that is what a nameplate is. Maybe show names and not nameplates. Interface. My name. Yeah, let's turn on their names then. Enemy players, critters, companions, minions, anything. NPC names. Hostile. All NPCs? Let's try that. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that is better. That is better. That will help. Thank you. Sorry, I was misunderstanding. Hey, watch this cute cat video. 25. Congrats, Derek. Worried about elites that wander on, sneak up on you out of nowhere. I can't say that I can't pretend that I know where they all are. Some people would be like very adept at and experienced with a specific given zone, and I would be lying if I said that was me. However, my herbalism's high enough that I can pick Briarthorn, so I'm kind of winning. Right. I wanted to very carefully make my way over to there, but we can just kind of farm some mobs here. Yeah, that does help. Even when it's just like a teeny tiny little bit of red, that's something. One more minute to gamble. The Centaur and the Barons are prolific. My Horde Hunter, who has now fallen behind this one. My Horde Hunter is still level 12. I haven't had a lot of time to play it in the last day or two. That one, I need to do the Centaur Bracers quest on her because it's going to give her a bow that she needs pretty badly. She's using a pretty garbo bow. But I'm afraid. I have fear for my life. What's the point of having a better weapon if you are Giga Omega dead? So I actually wanted to kill the Strider too. I just wanted to kill the hostile mob first. I swear there was a bird. I mean, there's a bird over there. Yeah, there it is. All right, let's go get. Is it stuck in the tree? Oh, that one's genuinely stuck in the tree. Okay, moving on. Never mind. That one doesn't count. That one does not count. Let's go get that one. Yeah, I'm doing Alchemy again. I got my Troll's Blood, my Lesser Armor, and my health file up. I also have minor rejuve pots, which heal a bit more than minor healing pots on me at this time. I need to... I'm pretty low in silver. Not broke, but I only have 13. Next time I have a bunch of silver and I go back to Darnassus, I betcha I can level up my Alchemy a fair amount. But I think I'm going to need like a lot of Briarthorn to level it up more. I have a bunch of minor healing pots that are kind of stashed away. And I'm thinking that I need to stock up on Briarthorn and then upgrade those to lesser healing because I can use those and they'll also be good Alchemy leveling. Got a very pretty staff on the trading post today. Very nice. There we go. The Strider Meat quest is technically a cooking quest, but quest is a quest is a quest. It'll also be another source of 4 stam buff food, although the clams are pretty reasonable to get. But I am happy to just farm bears in the woods. There's no reason I can't do this until 15, because that'll be another, every point is another talent point. my Tuna's bite is pretty much going to be what she has until level like sort of 17, 18-ish. There will eventually be another thing that I can tame that teaches me bite 3. And I could get her claw ranks, but I just kind of haven't bothered. Just kind of don't want to. Funny how Lochmadan looks pretty similar to Darkshore. I sense a theme. I want the hostile one first. I think the names are, it's kind of a game changer. Learning how to play Wrath Classic by watching this. Will Tuna stay with you? I think so. I don't really have plans for any other pets. I looked at some different options. There certainly are like best pets, but the differences seemed minor enough. And I liked that Tuna is easy to feed. Tuna eats meat and fish and does decent damage, which is good. That's good enough for me. There's another piece of strider meat. Very slowly making our way west. Blizzard is going suspiciously hard in nautical and pirate themed like. Yeah. What's up with that? I have been pet now. In terms of my abilities that I'm training, I have not trained a lot of things that I could learn. I didn't get Scare Beast. I'm sure there's like some niche application for it, but I didn't even use Fear when I had Fear. Same thing, Eyes of the Beast, Eagle Eye. Not too worried about it. Wing Clip is like a melee concussive shot, basically. I'm sure there are niche applications for that. I guess I'll probably pick it up at some point. I just wanted to wait until the 6th level wasn't gonna be devastating to me. I get Immolation Trap pretty soon, which is kind of a funny one because Immolation Trap's kind of a funny one. You need to place it out of combat. So you would place it somewhere and then like pull the mob back, or what I remember doing in Classic was having my pet pull the mob back over the trap, and then it's going to give you a 15-second dot. It's a pretty strong 15-second dot. It's a lot more damage than Serpent Sting is currently. Serpent Sting 3 will start to catch up, but Immolation Trap still does like a lot more damage. But even then, I don't think it's something that you're really going to mess with for everyday mobs. But it's probably good to have it trained just in case, like I could see if you were pulling like a big camp of stuff and you wanted a little bit of extra assurance, having a big damage trap that you could kite somebody over might be nice. Ooh, what did I just get? I got a melee weapon. It's a sturdy quarterstaff of the owl. I would lose 1 melee attack power, but it actually does a lot more damage per second in terms of just meleeing, and it's got 2 spirit on it. I don't need the int, I don't think, but I'm gonna wear that because of the spirit. That's funny. I trained staves and also fist weapons in Darnassus because I could. Because I had the silver for it and I figured I would just grab it and have done with that. Okay. Slowly making our way downtown. Playing hardcore, welcome to our addiction. I'm wondering when it's gonna burn itself through me. I've been into games like this before and I can eventually go back to living my regular life. This one's a funny one because I'm like super into it and I just want to play all the time. But whenever I'm playing, I am not relaxing. Like when I'm addicted to Stardew Valley, I am a puddle on my couch. I am just like a happy little squishy pile of dopamine or whatever. And I'm just like very fully relaxed and having a nice time. Whereas when I'm addicted to this, it's like tense. I'm tense, is what I'm trying to say. I want to do that one. Addiction is mildly weakened over the past 24 hours. Was that incident induced or just real life and other games starting to raise the level of their call again? I have some interest in the trading post, but I wouldn't call it a lot. I think just because I have a high amount of confidence that I'm going to get that stuff eventually anyways, I'm not too stressed about doing it like right away. Pardon me. Uh-oh. Goodness. All right, Grell earrings. Gives me the brain bees. Does Moose watch you play? Moose is not allowed in the office at this time. His half of the apartment is the other half. This is cat territory. They are not fully integrated at this time. He did meet a cat outside yesterday though, and he did generally pretty good. He laid down. They actually sniffed noses. That was very nice. But then the cat like rolled on its back, and Moose really wanted to play with it, and I was not about to let him jump on a cat that wasn't my cat, or my cat really. So we needed to move on. But he was able to move on with me. I didn't have to Hansel and Gretel treat trail him out of there. He did come with me, but he definitely wanted to jump on the cat. There's a hierarchy of things that will hold his attention, and I think this is pretty normal for any puppy. Part of decoding puppy is to figure out where various stimuli / rewards sit on the hierarchy. Cats are like a 5. Other dogs are like a 7. Mud is like a 7. He wants to eat mud so bad. I think that if he eats a bit more of it, he will be like, you know what, this is not actually that yummy. But at this particular time, oh man, acorns used to be like a 7. They've fallen to like a 4, which I appreciate. I do have no stave skill. Yeah, that's true. I should do some mailing with it. That's a good point. Let's do some mailing with it. I do need some stuff from up at the Shalaron, but I can always circle back. Allison needs class weapons. Anthus needs class weapons. I'm not even sure what I'm going to buy yet. I'll have to figure that out at some point. I got my dogs a tetherball yesterday. That is the highest hierarchy. My terrier munches on wet dirt. I'm learning pretty rapidly that sometimes with dogs there isn't really an answer. Sometimes there is, and then you feel like you've discovered something when you figure it out. And sometimes it's just like, because puppy. Why is he doing that? Yeah, puppy. Puppies are figuring it out as they go. They don't really have a blueprint. Staff hitting animation at a night alpha school. Got 30k channel points now. You bet on my life yesterday. We lived yesterday. We definitely did. I can at the very least get this strider meat. I wonder, I know that I'm above the average level for a character to die, but I wonder if I'm below the average level for like an alive character on... I would be curious to see like what that spread looks like how many characters are various levels and where the median level of character that hasn't died yet is, because I know there are people that are high level, but I think there are a lot more people that are low level. Why do you have so many potions on? I don't think I need to answer that. Average death level was 9, according to a tweet that I didn't see with my own eyes, but somebody told me about. So second-hand information, but apparently Blizzard posted a thing about hardcore. Son of Argyle killed me yesterday at 12, cause Darkshore. Ammo pouch doesn't show ammo anymore. I think it just says a lot. I think the star means that I have more than the digits that it's willing to show on that icon. I only have 1 bag slot though, so I should probably go back and sort that out. Death log should show you average death level. Where? I would like to see that. I would love to know. Okay. I want... open the full-sized one. Maybe when I get back to town. Maybe when I go home. I see more striders up here. I think I'm just... well, no, my bags. My bag's like base. Oh, I love being able to vendor the stuff for more. I know that that's just kind of how the game works. Like, as you get a higher level... the mobs that you're killing are going to drop more stuff. That's just kind of how it goes. How safe is the beach? Beach might have murlocs. Lots of murlocs over there. What level? 13 murlocs? Grey Mist Seer. I don't need to pull this. But I'm gonna. See if I can pull it back. Yeah. Watch out behind you. Look out. Apparently, you can open Deathlog. It has a crazy amount of data. You would like it. Okay. I wanna look at that then. That sounds fun. We'll go back to town first though. I gotta get back to Aberdeen. I would die horribly while looking at data, that does sound like how I would go. I did set my Hearthstone to the inn there. I'm not ready to blow it yet, though, today. It takes an hour to come back. Andrew City Elevator seems to be a top murderer on the Eastern Kingdom side as well. Yeah, it's true. We can't die to data. We can't die to anything. We can't let perk win. Ooh, is that a green? Leather Agi pants. I would lose some stamina spirit, but Agi, though. What am I dropping for these? Light feather. Yeah, I'm putting those on. I think I bid on some pants like that, and then I, like, didn't win them. Mage Rail. I forgot to pick the Mage Rail. Giant Wetlands Crocodile level 16. That's not a very nice name. 2 Deathlog, Red Heat Spots, and Darnassus. I don't know. I was wondering that too. Do you think it could be drowning? Do you think people could be drowning in, like, for whatever reason going into the water? One of them at least is near water. The other one is not. I don't know what that's about. Also come to the realization that Rester Druid is a very dotty healer. It's kind of the Warlock of healers. It's a very, very overtime-based playstyle. It's great because you don't have a whole lot of hard cast spells that you have to do. But on the other, so you can move a lot. If you're used to playing a healer that's very stand and cast, Rester Druid feels very freeing. What is it? Just a bear paw? What's the bear paw worth though? 43 copper. You know what? I don't need this many of these. I'm gonna drink that one. Top that up. Pull this back. I actually like having a health bar for tuna. I think that helps me keep an eye on how tuna's doing. You can be very bish bash bosh as an archer. Need mages. Blizzard to give mages 1 self-heal, similar to Flash of Light or something. They're one of the only classes that doesn't have one. They can do a lot of cool stuff, but yeah, that's the thing that always puts me off about them. I like being able to have a spammable self-heal. I don't think every class needs one, though. Other classes will have other ways to heal up, but not everybody's gonna... Like, non-hybrids typically won't have a spammable one. Am I holding those? Yeah, I am. Stresses me out that you go around with full bags. I'm trying to get back in vendor. It's part of my trouble is that I only have 2 bag slots that I can actually use because I've chosen to use an herb pouch, which I think is working out. I have a lot of stuff in there. And I also have a quiver because I'm a hunter in Classic. So I only have 2 bag slots, and I only have 6 slots in them currently because I'm a bit broke and I haven't had any 8 slots drop. I think what I was trying to do is save up some gold and then invest in 10 slots. There are some silk bags on the auction house. They were somewhere in like the 30 silver range, I think. And I think that at this point it's worth saving up for the 10 slots because I only have 2 bag slots that I'm shopping for. So that's kind of sort of what I'm thinking. But it might get tricky. Uh-oh. Double pull. No, come back. Not double pull. Abort the second bear. Oh, we got the second bear. We're fine. We are very much fine. We're just going to dot them both up. Finish off that one. And I'm going to, yeah, I'll just melee it down. I was going to heal Tuna, but Tuna will make it. Tuna's got 36% health. May that be the most dangerous thing I do today. How much gold would it take to max alchemy from 1 to 100? No idea. If you're buying your herbs, probably a lot. I'm trying not to think too much about my expenses as I go. Probably quite a bit, though, because even just training the recipes, let alone getting the vials and the stuff to put in them, is takes a fair amount. But you pick up your herbs on the way if you're herbalism, and you just spend your gold a little bit at a time, and you'll never know quite how much you lost. Oh man, that is a friendly guard, but having the nameplate up on it freaked me out. As a hunter, if your pet dies, you can res it. You could choose if you wanted to take on an additional optional challenge of having your pet be permadeath, but I'm not doing that. If Tuna dies, I am allowed to res Tuna. If Tuna dies, though, I am more likely to die because Tuna's kind of here to take my shots for me. Tuna's kind of rolling with the punches, and I'm not so much. So it's I need the cat. We need Kitty. Fall to the device. I'm glad I can't right-click on a Aberdeen Sentinel and get myself killed because it makes me feel like I can and I'm stressed. Pet dies, not dead, just unconscious. Yeah. The Pokemon rules. One of the Pokemon games, the translation was whenever your pet fainted, it whited out, which was a strange one because blacked out is the normal phrase for that. And I remember thinking that was like lame that we weren't making our pets fight to our Pokemon fight to the death in Pokemon games. And now in hindsight, I've gone the other way, and I think it was pretty brutal that we were making them fight to the point of unconsciousness. I've kind of done a mild 180. Can I cook that Long John Mudsnapper? Nope. Sure don't have the recipe for that. That's okay. Let's just, you know what, Tuna, you can just eat that. Holding on to the Strider meat. Holding on to the bear meat, I'll definitely need that. We can vendor the pants, vendor the boots. Yeah. It's hard to make bag space. There's just not that much available. And you have a fair amount of quest items floating around too. I'm going to drop this for now. I'm also going to drop that. We've made 15 bag slots. The Oily Blackmouth. I don't know if people are actually buying it. It's like 4 alchemy, actually. Maybe I should hang on to it for that reason. But we're not exactly rolling in bag space. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm in town. I wanted to open the Deathlog main menu. Settings, maybe? That can't be right. There must be another window. Okay. All right. You know what it needs is it needs a filter for inappropriate names. Oh, cool. Deadliest creatures by zone. Mouse over to view in a map. So overall, kobold miners. Kobold miners. Are those from, are kobold miners from right here? That's funny. I think that's just people going into that cave when they shouldn't do it just yet. That's so funny. And then, yeah, kobold miners are in the cave. And then Porcine Entourage are the mobs that pull with Princess, who also has 462 kills. So the Princess quest combined has more kills than Hogger. Kobold Tunnelers are also in that cave. People, yeah, they respawn really fast, but you don't want to be going into that cave that early. That's funny. Those have so many kills. Defias Trappers and Pillagers also very strong. If we look in up here, we go to, not wetlands, never wetlands, Loch Madan. There's what killed me. The #1 deadliest creature in Loch Madan is right by the doors. So careful, those things struck. Maybe if I had known that it was the #1 most dangerous mob, I would have been more careful. They respawn really fast too. Holy moly. Class statistics. I see. So, compare number of deaths, percentage of all deaths. So does this mean that shamans have the highest amount? Yeah, shamans have the most deaths. Shamans have the biggest percentage of deaths. Average level -1. Do they just die right away? What's the thing? Probability of reaching various levels, I see. Hunters have a 1.0 probability of reaching. Hunters actually don't die very much. Huh. What about warlocks? Warlocks die a lot. Warlocks die a great deal. Warlocks die a lot more than what is the shamans die the most? Druids and paladins and priests are also up there. Warlock is next after that. That's funny. Just in terms of class statistics. They D-level. Oh, that's comparing with warrior. Oh, I see, I see. Well, I don't really. I think this is getting a bit over my head, but the statistics. So if I'm looking at Hunter, yeah, I don't fully understand. General class stats for Hunter. Oh, I see. So my Hunter had a 61.8 chance of reaching 10. So she already kind of beat the odds. She only has a 17% chance of reaching level 20. Wow, nobody has very good odds of reaching level 50 or 60. It falls to less than 1%. Even 30 is really rough. It seems like a lot of people die before 20, and then most of the rest of them die before 30. Wow. So I wonder if like mob deadliness, obviously higher level mobs aren't going to be read as deadly because not that many people even get to fight in them. That's cool. I don't know if that makes me feel any better or worse about also I don't know how to close it. I don't know if that makes me feel any better or worse. I guess I could just try reloading about how I've been doing so far, but interesting. Ugh. We're just taking one for the team. Wonder if that could tell us why people die in Teldrassil. Oh, maybe. I say as I open up the thing that I only just closed. Deathlog, Zone, Kalimdor, Darnassus. So you know what I think happened? 2 hunters entered Teldrassil with a high-level owl pet. The third pet from the hunter quest that they have you tame. And with that pet, when you release it, I found this out myself. With that pet, when you release it or if it expires, it's going to become hostile to you, but the guards won't help you with it because it's technically a passive mob. So I bet you what happened is, I don't know what happened over there. That could have very well been drowning. But for this one, it was a hunter that probably AFK'd. Their Strigid Screecher timed out, aggroed to them, and they just got slapped down by it. Because you can just melee it to death yourself if you're there, but if you were AFK, that could totally happen. I didn't almost die. No way. I died. I got a little lower than I needed to because I thought the guards would help, but I didn't almost die. But that's what happened there. That's funny. Okay, what am I doing now? I was just kind of clearing up my bags. I do have 30 silver. I have 30 silver. I'm going to eat a fresh piece of buff food. I think I'm going to be able to cook bear meat at some point. My cooking is cooking level 100. Is there a cooking trainer around here? I guess that's a good question. Because I know bear meat is one of those things that you need in order. Well, no, I'm thinking of bear steaks, I think, actually. One of those things that you need in order to level up. I know that there's a lot of stuff back in Darnassus, but maybe I won't worry about it. Maybe I'm just going to go back north, keep doing what I was doing. Yeah, the food buffs are only 15 minutes. Maybe later on you get better ones. I don't know. All the food buffs I've seen so far are only 15, but they're pretty easy to farm the mats for. Main raid with the alchemical flavor pocket. 2 hours. Persist through death. It's so expensive and it's so worth it. Hi, kitty cat. Below 50k now. That's probably not a bad flip. Don't take financial advice from streamers, but that's probably not a bad thing to pick up a few of and hold on to for the next tier. Because I bet you anything when maybe I'll do it. When patch 10.2 comes out and there's another raid, people are going to want those again, especially people that were used to them as people craft like new versions of gear. They're going to spike at some point. I imagine those prices will go back up to at least what they were. Okay. All right. We don't have to go over there. When are people seeing the zones thin out? I would assume if you can make it to the 3rd zone. So for night elves, that would be Ashenvale. For like the human area, it would be kind of Duskwood or like wetlands. I'm assuming there are not as many people running around there because there are dramatically fewer living people by the time you get there. Am I carrying around files? I am, yeah, because I want to make another minor defense elixir. You do need to keep your pet fed, yes. Tuna eats fish and meat. And I have a decent amount of it. Honestly, I probably could delete the solar skin mackerel, but... Give to cat. Duskwood is packed right now for me. Did you check what is most deadly in Darkshore? I didn't. But I've left town again. Although, I don't think anything spawns right here. Maybe a bear. Sometimes there's bears. Thistle bears. I figured. Yeah, thistle bears. Basically exactly where I am. Also, the escape key closes that menu. The bears that might aggro me here are the deadliest creature, and there's a lot of them, and they're everywhere. I've seen those take people down. I wonder if they just do a lot of damage and then have like unpredictable spawns or something. Yeah, we might close the death log for now. Not even 600 kills. Gnomes have killed almost 3,000. Part of that you could assume is also because the only people doing Darkshore are more or less night elves, whereas humans and dwarves and gnomes are all doing... Humans, dwarves, and gnomes are all, going to Elwyn, more or less. I cannot use that one-handed sword. So it's not going to be exactly apples to apples.
I'm out of range.
But yeah, Darkshore is relatively busy. However, I am Alliance on the quote-unquote Horde server, which is going to make these zones a little bit less packed. Works for me. Everything in Westfell's ranked like top 20 deadliest. How much does this sword vendor for? 2 silver 44. That's decent. Maybe at level... I'm wondering what level I'm going to go back to Darnassus. I could do it anytime. You can just fly. It's actually... It doesn't even cost copper. It's a free griffin to get from Rutherend to Teldrassil. Or pardon me, from Aberdeen to Rutherend, which is functionally Teldrassil. And it's just like a lot of running. It'll be kind of nice to get to level 20, if I can get to level 20, because apparently that's like an outside chance. But if I can get to level 20, I can get Aspect of the Cheetah, and even if I'm just using it in cities, like it's a little dangerous to use just like running around town, or running around the forest. But if I could just have it for getting around town, would make a huge difference. It makes you 30% faster, and it's just like a flat toggle.
It is too far away.
Decent crit, decent crit. No plans to do dead mines, no. I don't see a good reason to. There might be good gear in there, but it just seems like a risk I can't countenance. Although, no although. What is that, bruiseweed? I bet you I can pick bruiseweed. My herbalism's pretty good. I got my herbalism capped at 75 on actual Teldrassil. There's a lot of flowers around, especially around like the southern half, like south of the lake. There's an awful lot of herbs out there. And then I've upgraded it, and I should be now herbalism 100 and something? We'll see. Be careful up here. Gear and quests are a good reason to do it. They're a reason. I don't know. If it wasn't hardcore, I would say absolutely. Well, if it wasn't hardcore, I would say maybe, because it's still something you need a group for. It seems like you can get gear and quests inside, or you can get them outside. It's like saying you could run on these train tracks and get a sandwich, and then you'll have your lunch. Or you could just go home and make a sandwich. You know, just because a person needs lunch to live doesn't mean they have to do it in the dangerous way. Ooh. I missed. Kitty, are you looking to get up on my lap? You've kind of loafed on the carpet near me. Hi, sweetie. You want to come up? Tuna, where are you going? Oh, I see it. Ran. I see. I'm still trying to clear this bruiseweed. I think I'll have some fun with Immolation Trap when I get that at 16. I need another level in a bit. Level and a half first. Oh, I can't do it. I need Herbalism 100. I thought I said I had it. Did I? I must have lied. Oh, I'm only 80. I need to grind it up more. We must have flowers. We must pick herbs. That sounds like a thing I would do to get myself killed in hardcore. Hazel died because she really wanted an herb spawn. And she thought she could clear it. And she couldn't. Tempted by the bruiseweed. Or the briarthorn. That sounds like a me thing. Nope, Kitty just wants to sleep on the carpet. That's fine. Don't put that in the world. What if by being aware of our dangers, we are preparing ourselves against them? It's like in planning where you try to foresee the different things that could go wrong so you have a strategy for them so that you're not just like, I never thought of this. It's something people tell you to do when you're making like to-do lists and you're a person that chronically doesn't finish your to-do list. Like, if usually you'll be like, oh, I can't finish this thing because I'm too hungry or I'm too tired or whatever, like to have a strategy, like if, you know, you make little algorithms for yourself. If I get too tired to focus, then I will take a 5-minute break and get some fresh air instead of like derailing for the rest of the day. If I get too hungry, then I have a snack in the special preloaded drawer in my fridge. I'm just preparing against hazards because you know that they'll take you off the rails. Oh, I'm pretty happy with how much copper I'm getting from all these things. That's nice. This area looks sus. Darkshore is dangerous. There's a dead hunter on the ground right there. Now you're just describing me. Not at all ominous. Sometimes it, like, not freaks me out, but makes it a little extra real when you see actual other player corpses just on the ground next to you and you know they're not standing up. Oh, I did not make it to that chest in time. But I did get the earrings I needed. I think bodies do stick around because people aren't able to res. I think that especially if they're still logged in and they're like ghosting around, I think their body would still be there. I'm not 100%. But yeah, corpses last a long time. I'm honored with Darnassus. I wonder if that gets me a rep discount or if that's more of a level 13 ancient moonstone seal. Yeah, okay. Got some more stuff to vendor. Borovsky the boar. Rep discount. I know in retail it's at honored. I'm wondering if in classic it's at revered. I don't know why I think that. I could be just making things up. Sometimes that happens. Oh, there's a lot of bodies right there. Wild Grill?
Too far away.
Not exactly what I need. These are no longer green quality mobs. I think I might actually leave for a little bit. Maybe come back in one more level at 15. I like fighting green mobs because they are,
That spell is
you know, you don't miss as much. Got into my Torn Hunter when honored? Oh, okay. 10% per rep step. In vanilla, it's 10% off for honored rep. Okay. I don't know what I would need to, like, buy, but... Do I think I can safely capture that rabid thistlebear? I would love to get this item out of my bags. Used to capture rabid thistlebear. Let's look left, let's look right. Oh, it worked. That's it. That's all you have to do. Cool. I kind of thought it was going to be more difficult than that. It looks like the moonstone seals might drop from the satyrs over there, which is a later me problem. I wonder if I need to... Nah, it's alright. We can just go back to 10. I would love to get one more strider meat, actually. It's only anticlimactic. Yeah, I kind of thought I was going to have to fight it. I think I can fight it. I'm pretty sure I've killed one of those before. As long as I don't get ganged up on by surrounding enemies, which is a big ask sometimes. Files, etc. Buy weapon training and a mount eventually. I wonder how many people... It seems like your odds of needing to buy a mount in this mode are not very high. Like, the amount of people making it to 40 seems to be less than 1%. So odds seem pretty good that you could just kind of, like, not save and have that not bite you in the butt because something else is going to kill you first. That's like... Here, I'm trying to come up with another crazy analogy. That's like saving up all of your money in your life so that when the spaceships are settling the Mars colony, not even Mars, when the spaceships are settling like a different colony in a different galaxy, you can afford to be there when like nobody's planning that. Nobody thinks that you're going to live that long. 4 of 5? 5 of 5? 4 of 5. We go for the hostile mob first. We go for the other hostile mob second. Yeah, it's good that I'm making more silver because I'm going through arrows at a pretty rapid clip. Remember when that song came out? Can't have been that long ago, right? Like late 90s, early 2000s? I would look it up, but I wouldn't say learned because it hasn't bitten me yet, but I have this instinct to not tab out while I'm in hardcore. And just have a feeling that I should pay attention. Keep your defense skill up. That's a good tip, Goose. That's a really good tip. I think mine is not too bad. We were talking about that yesterday. I think mine's not too bad. It is at 54 of 70 currently, but I should make sure I keep that up to date.
I'm out of range.
96? I gotta go drop off this rabid thistlebear because it's it doesn't have a timer on it or anything, but it's cluttering my screen. I just want that one last strider meat, man. I'll go back to town. I just need one more strider meat. Yeah, I see why the thistle bears get people. They're kind of everywhere. Do you know why it's important to keep the defense stat up? So that if I get punched, I don't take as much damage? Or is there a more specific answer that has to do with, like, dodging or something? Place I can buy catch up 60 green gear. Hunter, so it's okay. Auction house, honestly. There will be greens that you can wear. Actually, 60 green gear. Maybe still auction house. Are we level 70 in Dragonflight? I think we're level 70. I actually don't know. There we go. Strider me. There we go. That's what I needed. Heirlooms also are an option. If you have your heirlooms upgraded, you can wear those and continue wearing them up to 70, and they will scale with your character's level. They're expensive to get and to upgrade, but once you've got it, you can use them on all your characters and not just that one. I don't know why I always run around here, because then I'm too scared to jump down the hill. I guess we can get down this way. Okay. 20 rabid thistle bears. Return to the forest and destroy 20 thistle bears. I might end up with my quest log capped. That's funny. Hate leaving time walking at 61 going into Dragonflight.
What brings you here?
There we go. Strider stew. And they gave me 5 of it, so that's even more buff food. Although, I'm now carrying around 2 separate different types of buff food. Not ideal. Tailoring. There's leather working that way. The vendor over here.
I am honored.
I'm going to restock my sharp arrows while I'm looking at it. And then I'm going to give Tuna this random haunch of meat. I was going to sell...
Can I assist you?
Yeah. Some things are just not really worth taking to the auction house. And by some things, I mean most things. I'm also going to stop carrying that around. We can do maybe a little more... A few more of these. I'm not planning to do the wetlands trek. Not unless it becomes wildly necessary. I think I'm planning to stay in Darkshore for as long as I can, and I bet you I can stay in Darkshore for a long time. As long as I don't die. I think I'm going to vendor the second stack of these. They're 20 copper per. You know what we might actually do? You know what we might actually do while we're in town? Quick little rotation back to... We gotta go back. We gotta get... Well, what if I could wait until I could afford 2 of them? I was thinking, what if I go back and I buy a silk bag? Because my bag space is painful. I'm not gonna pick that up yet. Honestly, these are level 18 quests. I'm not gonna do them for a long time. I'm sure I will come back and pick them up at some point. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go see if I can afford a 10 slot crafted bag, because otherwise this is just rough. I did do the Gubber Blump fishing quest, and I have the Blump family fishing pole. I've got a fishing +3 pole. I had to buy a lure in order to even catch the stuff to make it work. Fine crab chunks level 17. So yeah, we're gonna not worry about the 16 and 17 quests. We're gonna pretty much stick to the lowest level ones that we can, and then in the meantime just kind of farm some extra mobs. But we'll pop back to town for a hot second. I have to buy ammo. Painful running lower out of ammo. I haven't run out yet, but I think I'm being paranoid about it by stocking my quiver up entirely. I have an 8-slot quiver. You can get bigger ones too, but 8 slots takes a while to run out of. But if you're not checking it, I buy more ammo pretty much every time I'm back in town. I try not to think about the money I'm spending on it. It's money I'm getting back by the things that I'm shooting. So I'm going to buy a bag at least. I'll see how much they cost. I'm sure I can't afford 2 of them, but I think I can afford 1 bag and then maybe some alchemy training, because my alchemy, we have loads of Peace Bloom to the point that I might even vendor an extra stack of it. We have decent chunk of silver leaf, not so much with the higher rank herbs. What I really need is a bunch of briar thorn. It's expensive though. I think it's going to cost me 10 silver to train how to make lesser healing pots. My slash played right now currently at 10 hours 34 minutes, so we are ahead. I was level 15 in my warlock when she died, and she was like 14 hours in. I spent some of that AFK though. I was AFK for a bit on that character. I was AFK for a bit on that character, just like getting footage for a news video. Ironic how chill hardcore gameplay is. It is and it isn't. I mostly do pretty relaxing things, but I'm also shockingly anxious while doing them. Okay. So auction house this way. I kind of want to fish in town too to get my fishing skill up a little bit so that I can, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. That's something I can do off stream. All fun and games until you triple pull. It's all fun and games until casters can slam jam you for half your health. What's my lowest level quest that I have right now? Buzzbox. Thresher Eyes. Okay. Thresher Eyes and Highborn Relics. We can do that. Here's our auction house. $50 silver for silk bags. 51.88. You know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell a few things here.
Greetings.
There we go. That'll do. I'm not gonna have enough silver left over for alchemy training, but that's okay. I need the bag space so bad. It's unreal. Actually, I want to use the black pouch. I think it's cool. So silk bags are 50 silver. Let me just check and make sure that it's not like a different type of bag slot that I could use. Journeyman's backpack is 14 slots. I'm sure that's like way too much gold. 13. Yeah, no. I'm looking for mage weave bags are like 2 gold. Again, too much. Silk packs. A large sack is a 10 slot bag. Oh, that is cheaper. Large red sack. Yeah, I'll buy that. That's 40 silver. And that's a 10 slot. And that saves me 12 silver. I'll take it. If I save up another 50, I'll come back and get another one. With 12 silver. I think I am going to train at least the healing pot thing, I think. I don't think you can buy tokens in Classic. I think that your gold that you're making in Classic is you can't purchase tokens there. There was a Wowhead article this morning about how token price is at like a record high, like it's never been this high before. Talking about reasons why. General Alchemy. Wrath that you can buy a token? Okay. I see. I don't think I need that. Yeah, no, the mailbox situation sucks. There is one, I think, a little closer, but not very close. It's not super good. I always forget where I'm going over here. At least they have signs. I will not fight for Warsun Gulch. You can't make me. Oh, there's first aid over there. Although, I'm not spending my gold in first aid training right now. Oh, do I want to spend my gold on cooking training or alchemy? Let me go look at the cooking trainer. Let me look at it. I just want to see. Cooking trainer. Coyote steak, crab cake, dry pork ribs. Crab cake is crawler claws. It's 4 stam, 4 spirit. And it's only 1 silver 80. I'm training that. I think that's worth it. Crawler meat, pardon me, not claws, meat. Claws are actually a different thing. And then some mild spices. Here's my alchemy training.
How may I help?
9 silver.
Farewell.
Maybe that's my discount. Okay.
I am honored. Ishnu Allah. Good luck, friend.
Feel free to browse. Be careful.
Elun adore.
Too broke. Can't afford it. Blackmouth well. I'll need that eventually, but...
Good luck, friend.
What if I could, Well, I don't want to get rid of all my peace splint because I might eventually need more of it. Let's not worry about it too much.
The next room.
Okay, that was pretty much what I wanted to do. I could hearth back to save myself the flight path plus the running all the way down. Yeah, okay. Who could anticipate someone needing a mailbox in close proximity to an auction house? Yeah, it's a good tip about the fishing. Oh yeah, 10 slot bag. That's more like it. And then I'm just gonna grind some silver and save up for another one. When I only have 2 bag slots, I really need them to be good. So one thing I need is Thresher Eyes. I want to kind of go out and do those ones. I'm gonna go up the beach and I'm gonna watch out for Murlocs because there are sometimes Murlocs on the beach. We're also gonna eat a fresh piece of buff food. Hunter and retail, brain dead? I mean, I wouldn't exactly call it... It's just a different game. Most of what I'm doing in terms of my damage at this point in my life on Classic is auto shot. I am doing most of my damage with my pet's auto attacks and my auto attacks. I have a few abilities and it's basically a question of if you want to spend the mana or not. Toft, thank you for the 2-month resub. Even though I stopped playing WoW after the butchering of the story in Shadowlands, still watch your content. Simple, love it, keep it up. Thank you. It was a simpler time. It's something I've always kind of liked. I've always liked games where you could just kind of... What does it feel like to me? It's not exactly like a factory game where you are passively gaining benefit, but it feels a little bit like a factory game where you're passively gaining benefit, right? Like I pick out a thing to do, I set my character to shooting at it, and my character is going to continue shooting at it until it's dead, as long as I feel like I can do that safely. Yes, of course, there's different, active gameplay things you might need to do in and around there, but when I can do a lot of this farming just with my auto shot like that, it feels pretty fun to me. I know it's like, it's strange that the fun part is the part where I'm not doing anything, where I'm just kind of turning on my game, but yeah, look, no hands. Oh, one hand. Gotta catch my staff skill up. Cozy with a feeling of productivity. Exactly. I don't think I've ever played like a serious factory automation game. I've had some games that have little bits of factory automation in them. But I think if I ever really got into like Factorio or what's the other big one? There's another one that people really like, Satisfactory. I think that would be the end of my life. I think I would have no self-control, and I would just do that. If somebody made one that had an aesthetic that was more my thing, because as much as I love factory games, I don't really love the industrial aesthetic. I think I would be in big trouble. Jenna Heat, thank you for the 42-month resub. Happy new Trading Post Day. Thank you for the great content. Hope you, Kira, and Moose are doing well. Thank you very, very much. Did we pick up the 20 bear quest? Yes. I've untracked a few things. I also only need, that poor forest rider's stuck in the tree. I need rabid thistle bears, not regular ones. I don't know where the rabid ones are, but they're too scary for me for right now. Later me problem. I'm gonna go do thresher meat for the next buzz box because that's a green quality quest. Do you see the new staff? I've heard of it. I haven't looked at it yet. Whirlwind Abyss, thank you for the 10-month resub. You should avoid Timberborn then. I saw it. It didn't look, I don't know. I didn't look like it was gonna ruin my life. But maybe sometimes you don't know until you do something. A lot of games don't feel like they're going to be my thing, and then something snaps in my brain, and then I can't stop playing them. Glad it's a slow trading post month. Catch up on my frozen item. I'm pretty sure I still have the lime green scorpion frozen from like multiple months ago. I think I've kept that frozen, and I haven't purchased it yet. What are we talking about here? Lots of crabs. Crabs in the ocean. And then if we get a little farther off, I'm gonna have to be careful swimming. I have not leveled this far just to drown. I'm gonna be really excited if I make it to level 15 or 16 rather, because 16 is going to be a personal best for me. I died at 15 last time, so I'm almost caught up to where I was. I'm almost caught up to my most progressed hardcore character. Oh, we're going to be doing a lot of this. Cute factor of the worker beavers might be dangerous for you. Industrial side of it's lightweight compared to Factorio. It's funny how the ambient sound changes so dramatically when your camera's above water versus underwater. Like your character can be in the exact same spot and you can like mute the ambient sound and turn it into underwater ambience. I'm not in Defiance. I'm Alliance and Skull Rock. It's like I've muted. For a moment I thought my earbud died. I'm pretty sure I cannot herb that strangle kelp just yet. Hey there. Hello, Robin. How are you doing? How are you, Hazel? I'm good. How are you? Man, an orca hunter pet would be wild, but I just don't know how they would handle. Because, you know, you gotta leave the water sometime. 105 XP, I'll take that. Strangle kelp's 35? Let me go take a look at it. Because I thought I tried it earlier. I definitely have herb 80. I am herbalism 80 of 150. Make sure I breathe. No, it's still red at 80. Let me see what it is. They may have also changed it in retail. That has definitely happened.
I need to get closer.
Already 85. I'm so close. I'm so close. I need 5 more like random major oil and then I'll be fine. I had such a hard time finding herbs in Teldrassil. Maybe you had like a busier shard with more competition. I've found a lot of herbs in Teldrassil on the south side of the lake. I spent a bunch of time down here. That area is packed with herbs and there's not as many people questing over there because there's not that many reasons to be down there. So I would just like farm mobs there, or I was going back and forth between like the quest giver and like a quest I was trying to do. Don't drown. Water seemed to be pretty deadly. You see a lot of people drowning. You can't take your breath bar for granted. It drains pretty quick. Driving for the shipwrecks in the wetlands sounds extremely scary. I think I did that in actual Classic, like Season of Mastery or something. I made it to level 30 something, and I was like diving the shipwrecks, and I remember like breath being a genuine danger. Like you had to really time it. You could not just be under there willy-nilly cavorting about. Irby and Teldrassil, apparently it's burnt now. Mining on my pallet hardcore one night, went to only a quarter left of breath. Speaking of breath, there we go. Why have my Thresher eyes? I have no Thresher eyes? I've been killing all of these Threshers. Am I gonna get hit by the boat? I've been killing all of these Threshers, and you're telling me I have nothing? Well, that's rude. That's mean. Hey, there's one. Quests like that in Darkshore, good luck. Yeah, sometimes it just sounds like not worth it, you know, if you're genuinely gonna be in danger of dying. That's all the time you put in to get this far. I could probably have my pet bring it back in a little closer so I don't have to dive so far down to loot it, but... Or I could pull it myself without my pet a little bit at first. Oh, there's a second eye. Okay.
I need to get closer.
Let's see if I can pull Egger off my pet with a couple of attacks. My cat holds Egger pretty well. I'm actually pretty pleased with Tuna's performance. I'm kind of struggling to swim up. I swear it used to be just like spacebar. And maybe it is, and I'm just seeing things. We gotta be careful where we come to shore, too. We do not want to land over there. People do dead mines. People do dead mines. I think the dungeons aren't even as dangerous as the credit I'm giving for it. When people go with a solid group that's all over leveled for it. Like when the entire group is, you know, almost, you know, it's the last level before the mobs in there turn gray, then it's probably actually pretty safe. Especially if you're pulling it carefully. But I think I would only do that if I had a full group of people that I knew. I don't think I'm brave enough to try and pug it. Current evoker PvP transmogs other than the male tune could transmog it. Oh, other male tunes. I don't think so. I think they're class specific. But maybe chat will know differently. Am I still 203? I am still 203. Preach did 4 or 5 different dungeons. I'll need to die to a random mob in Hillspread. Yeah, that looks like a shipwreck quest. I always say I'm never going to do stuff like that, and then I get to, like, the right level for it, and I'm like, well, what if I just, like, take a look at it? What if we just, like, go have a little look-see? Clams don't stack in this mode. It's pretty wild. Did what you did, panicked, went in the opposite direction and then further out. That makes me feel a tiny bit better. It's pretty easy to do that. It is so gray over here. I thought I thought I'd found some kind of a monochrome filter. Playing warrior, trying to do mine quests in Hillspread. The clam meat stacks, yes, just not the unopened clams. One more eye? No? Okay. Maybe over this one.
It is too far away. That spell isn't ready yet.
This drop rate's not very good. I don't know how many I've killed, but a good chunk. I'm pretty pleased with the amount of experience you get from the mobs, though. I need 14,000. There we go. 14,000 experience to get to the next level. I'm getting like 100 per mob. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Oh, yeah. They want me to go get the lockbox from there. Absolutely not yet. Later me problem. I'm going to swim to the beach. I'm going to come in south-ish, like around here. I'm going to watch out for Murlocs, and I'm going to go north to the Buzzbox. I don't have any plans to do, especially not Wailing Caverns. That's in the Barrens. That would be pretty far for me. It's down, all the way down there. Horde areas. I think I'm gonna try and make it farther than I did last time. I think I'm gonna do that by being more careful. I think being a hunter is a bit easier than being a warlock. But I kind of miss being a warlock. I felt a little bit unique. I like having my hunter pet. My warlock, I know she didn't do a whole lot of damage, but I felt special. Great luck in your adventures. Thank you. What happens in the east of Darkshore? Like here? Doom. There's caves over there. There's caves with some higher level mobs that I'm assuming have gnarly casting abilities. There's a lot of crabs over here. The mushroom cave. Sought after bows in the Wailing Caverns. Yeah, I'll just have to make do without it. Besides, what if you ran it and didn't even drop? I don't know if it's a guaranteed drop or not. Oh, Tuna really holds aggro for a long time. I want to get my defense and my staff skill up. I'm just gonna see if I can slap a mob down to death. I am at 55 to 75 defense, and my stabs are only 43, so let's take a nice little level 10 mob and just do this for a bit. I'll keep an eye on it. I am level 15. I am level 15. Why so much melee? Just to make sure that I can in case I need to. If I end up stuck in dead zone, on a pole where I'm too afraid to back up into more dangerous things, it would be nice to have my melee skill up, and it would be nice to have my defense skill up. I think it's better to do it in a safe time. I'm gonna go do that again. Keep an eye on my health. I don't think the Reef Crawler is gonna solo me, but if I got to like 50, I might like use something. I'm gonna use a stam food actually. Oh, it's gonna die in the ocean, isn't it? I feel like I'm going through these minor fortitude files way faster than the other ones, which genuinely does not make any sense. They're all an hour. Oh, you know what I should do, actually, if I'm going to be mailing them, is I should switch to Aspect of the Monkey. Let's pull another crab.
Step closer.
Do a little bit of this. Dead Mother quest up there somewhere? Oh, maybe, yeah. My skill's catching up a lot. You can't see my chat log, but it's all blue. My defense is up to 58. Staves is slowly increasing, 54, 55. I would love for it to make it to like 60, 65.
Still recharging.
It doesn't have to be perfect, but it would be nice if it was better. Making sure I'm full health. Try to keep my defense and melee no worse than 5 skill below max each level. It's a good idea. Good safety. The beach feels like a pretty safe place to do this too, because I'm not really in aggro range of any random aggressive mobs here. There's some threshers in the water that are a bit far off. I'll see if I can get them to 10 below max. 65 will do for me. You're gonna die really far, aren't you? I have to go loot it. What if it drops something really good? What if it dropped something amazing? I think I could just wait for them to come back. I think that's like an option. But where's the fun in that? Add any new retail quality of life to vanilla game? Not so much. Some amounts, I think. There are some things that have been changed from like genuine vanilla, but I don't think it's as much as you might be looking for. Alliance areas are a bit safe. You think? Alright, there's save 60. I don't know. I see a lot of people dying. I turned off my death log because this morning was like rough for the not safe for work names. Just do the bear normally. Stays at 60. Defense at 61. That's better. Nothing quite like, although that hurts a decent amount. Tuna, help.
I can't cast that yet.
I'm not ready to have a thistle bear pat on me while I'm a half elf from doing this. People certainly have been creative with hardcore tune names. Yeah, I wonder if I mean, people can get around filters, and it's like people just don't live long enough to have the names get reported in customer service. There's just, I think, too many people for them to really mod it properly. Would be up for edit mode, making it to classic. Yeah, me too. I think all of the parts of the interface, I'm not a really good authority of what would and wouldn't ruin like the classic immersion experience, I don't think, because I don't know if I don't have the nostalgia for it, so I'm not qualified to say if the nostalgia would be ruined by having like modern, you know, nameplate range in classic or hardcore, I guess, or you know, all of the things that edit mode can do for you.
That's still recharging.
Default quest markers and following polyhedrons and stuff. I don't know how. I don't think all of it's a good idea, but I don't know how much of it is or isn't a good idea. Okay, so the buzz box is kind of on the north side of that. Modern chat window with private conversations being a different rider. Do streamers have an oh no button? TV broadcasts are on delay for that reason. Some people, I mean, it kind of depends on if you set one up for yourself. Everyone certainly has an end stream button on their streaming client, so like that's, I'm sure, kind of your last resort. Oh dear lord, here we go button. You could kill your stream. Some people will have that on a hotkey. I think most people. Actually, I don't know. I can't speak to what most people do. I do not have it on a hotkey because I do not want to fat finger that hotkey and kill my stream by accident, because I am queen of accidentally pressing buttons, even if it's like a modifier, even if it's like a weird modifier that you would never press normally. Queen of doing it anyways, so I definitely don't. You could also, there's other ways of doing it. Like I have a scene where if I go to the BRB scene, it should, as long as my settings are fine, which sometimes they get borked, but generally speaking, my BRB scene will mute my mic. So like if somebody started yelling outside the window and it was something that I didn't want on stream, I have hotkeys that would switch scene to a muted scene. And that scene also makes the game window very, very small. So if it was text on the screen, then it would probably make that maybe not completely gone, but like illegible as well. But it's not as Wild West as it used to feel. I think that moderation tools have gotten better, and I also think that over time, especially with a more established stream where you've kind of built your community, people chill out eventually. You'll get the occasional thing that happens, but for the most part, my life doesn't involve an awful lot of things that would get my stream in trouble. It's not. I have yet to have any like blimps explode into the room with like profanities written on them or anything like that. It's mostly just there's not really anything to worry about. So I turned in the buzz box. I got my experience. I got 10 silver for it. That's pretty good. That's pretty juicy. Yeah, let's do another one of these. What's my skill up to? Defense 62, defense 60, stave 63. I'm gonna settle for 10 under cap. So every time I level, I'll need to do a little bit more of it. 10 silver that you lose when you die.
Can't attack that target.
Nah, we never die. We'll see if new Barky Bark might have something to say about that once he's allowed near the cat. I don't think any streamer's ever been banned for the dog barking. Moving up quick with the hunter. Leveling's a lot faster on the hunter than it was in a warlock, I'll tell you that much. I also think that back in the day, there was more of a culture of having like text-to-speech donations and, allowing people to put things onto the stream without having it be reviewed first. And generally speaking, the world's kind of realized that's not a great idea. It's, you know, some people will still do it, and some people will do it and have it be fine, but there's different levels of like moderation risk or brand safety risk or whatever you want to call it. There's like, is, you know, the death log is one of them. It's like, yes, I'm not modding the death log before it shows up on stream, but it goes through Blizzard stuff. So for the most part, I thought that was fine, but today I got a little too spicy, so I decided to close it just to be on the safe side. You can't sanitize everything that might possibly appear on screen, but you can kind of risk assessment each thing. Halfway to winning the bet. That is a level 14 crawler. I don't think I'm going to use that one. I might be running too far north up the beach. I need to be a bit cautious here. We have Mage Will. I need that. Tuna, pick it up. Yeah, I like the channel points with the lights. I think Crypt does that. I think that's cool. I would, if I had that set up, or I would set that up if I had the equipment for it. It's one of the things that's been on my general, not in the big hurry to do, but wish list. Yeah. The other thing with the text-to-speech donation thing that made it a bit wonky was that it was kind of like a calculated risk for streamers, because on one hand, yeah, you are opening up the stream to potentially problematic, you know, mod tool evasion content. But on the other hand, the temptation of putting something like that on a streamer's stream against their will is enough to drive some people to do that, even when it costs them money. That's the thing, is it like, if somebody can pay $5 to try to get you banned off Twitch, and you are kind of trying to judge, you know, like how likely is that to get me banned, and how badly do I want the $5, or like whatever amount, like it would add up to probably a lot, especially if you're running it all the time and you're getting a lot of little ones, especially if the filter catches some of them and they pay the money and they don't even get the message on stream. It's not as much of a thing as it used to be, but that definitely used to be a way of kind of farming donations, basically, is by tempting people to like try and get you them. Glad I don't have to hear John Madden on repeat. I never really, I definitely want to read sub messages, donation messages, when appropriate, of course, and like thank subs. But outside of that, I've kind of veered away a little bit from doing viewer-induced content or like viewer-induced interruptions, I guess, on stream, just because I feel like it makes the overall stream experience a little bit more choppy or less smooth to listen to for everybody else. And it can just put you into some awkward positions. So there's the rabid thistlebears. I need to kill 20 of them. I could farm them relatively safely, but I think I'm mostly going to turn around and work my way back down. Maybe go look into the Moonstone Seal again. I think it's nice as a streamer to be thinking about how you can balance the experience, because you do still want to obviously like interact and read chat and have it be not a podcast. But on the other hand, it's nice to keep in mind the people that are just listening, that are just lurking, because there's plenty of people that will never chat, and to try and keep in mind what the listening experience is like for somebody that's just trying to watch and doesn't get any value from the interaction because it's not with them. Trying to make it, you know, a vaguely cohesive experience. There's a rabbit thistlebear. That one's level 13. I'm going to pull it back here just a hair. And I'm going to watch it behind me. This seems like an area where you can get yourself into trouble. That's me, tabbing over to say hi. Hello. The new icons and numbers. Those are from predictions that we've been running on stream for Hardcore. At the beginning of the stream, I open it up for 10 minutes where people can bet their channel points and whether or not I'm going to die. And then the 1s and 2s are whether or not people predicted that I was going to die or live. 1 is for dead and 2 is for not dead. So at the end of the stream, I'll try and remember to resolve that. And people will get channel points based on whether or not this hunter does or does not die today on stream. Yeah, in-game. In-game. Please don't put out a hit on me. I'm only 30. I've got some years left. Won 140k when your lock died. Yeah. The Hazel haters versus the Erlen Alivers. You know what? You won't be 30 much longer. It sounds menacing when you say it like that, but it's absolutely true. Ooh, Ancestral Woolies. Cloth spirit legs. I mean, I'm not going to wear them. I'm tempted to like make another character and send them over. That's one thing that's kind of, it's not very solo self-found, but it's tempting to have multiple characters that you're playing at the same time that can kind of share gear and stuff, because sometimes you'll get a drop like that it's like, well, I could maybe get like 1 more silver if I manage to sell it in the auction house if somebody buys it. Also, Tuna's hungry. But I could also not bother with that at all and just vendor it. But then like, if I sent that, you could wear that at level 8. Those would be awesome pants to wear in a level 8 character. Fantastic. There we go. Tuna's hungry. Is that, what herb is that? Silverleaf, I need it. Or at least I need the chance to gain an herb level. What I really need is Mage Royal, Earthroot. Briarthorn would be awesome. You're older than you've ever been. Now you're even older. How do you vote? It was only, voting for the prediction was only open in the very beginning of the stream. I didn't want to leave it open too long because at a certain point there's a chance I'd die before people are even done voting. Okay. I'm kind of trying to make my way back to town very slowly. Mostly just to clear up my bags. See how much gold I can make. Wonder if you could get to level 31 in time for 31. My first thought was, there's no way! But then I thought, well, I mean, there's a little bit of a way. If I don't do anything else. I want to fight that Moonstalker specifically. Stripey Cat versus Spotty Cat. Yeah, 10 minutes is not the maximum. I could have left the predictions open for longer, but I was having flashbacks to how shortly I died into the stream on my Warlock, and it's awkward if I die before the prediction's even up. Face he made was Hazel has pressed X for doubt. I do play off stream. I should just suck it up and turn the stream back on. It's not like I have to. I should just lower my standard for how much I'm going to talk on stream and then just content myself with just like, I mean, maybe not today. I always say this. Today's Friday, so I have I got a needs video to make at some point. I'm gonna have to check back in on whatever's going on in retail. Sometimes it's nice just to hang out in Discord with your friends and just like relax though, and not have anybody be able to see you. After Dark reboot. I think I'm very nearly caught up to the same level of experience that my Warlock had too. I don't know, you can just turn stream on, pretend I'm not streaming. I think you're right. I don't think I can either. I think I would have a hard time with that. After Dark was supposed to be? After Dark was, yeah. It was also supposed to be slightly more, like less condensed and more, I don't want to say adult content because that makes it sound like a different thing, but less filtered language, I guess. Get that pet here, forget its name. The ghost cat from up north. I think I know what you mean. But I can't let down Tuna like that. That used to be my go-to back in Wrath. I was a hunter in Wrath, and I used to get people like whispering me in Dalaran being like, "Where did you get that cat?" I have stable now. We paid 5 silver to unlock 1 stable slot. I was cranky about it. I was proper grumpy. And I'm pretty much only using it so I can stable this pet while I get temporary pets to learn other abilities, which I don't need to really do for a few more levels yet. Little more time before that. If I die, I'm leaving the character as a ghost. I'm not transferring it. I don't think there's any long-term appeal to Classic for me outside of Hardcore. I think that the challenge of Hardcore is what is making this exciting and engaging for me.
I'm out of range.
I also think that if they, in the future, like release new Hardcore realms with different rules, like if they did a solo self-found mode, I would be all over that for a while. That sounds really fun. I think that the longer hardcore is out too, the more people will improve at it. I think that like average level will probably go up as people kind of get used to the different playstyle of being exceedingly cautious. Yeah, I probably should check to see if Tuna can learn at least like a... I don't know, let's see. No. No, Tuna's good. Tuna's all set. I ran past the silver leaf that I meant to go get. I also want to look up cooking recipes and see when I can start to cook the bear meat, because I'm carrying around stacks of bear meat right now. Okay, good, good. Am I almost back to Aberdeen? I am almost back to Aberdeen. We're going. Watching someone play hardcore the other day. He said, tune in tomorrow for more hardcore action. Could have a few meanings. The stream VODs that have been posting to YouTube of classic hardcore, they get auto-flagged as not ad safe because of, I'm pretty sure, the word hardcore. You can request a manual review and then have someone like double check it, and they will flag it as acceptable as long as there was no other problematic content in it. But I'm pretty sure the word hardcore auto flags it as being not very brand friendly. So if you notice that I've started putting HC Classic, or that anybody else is using that for YouTube specifically, that's why. I'm pretty sure that word is flagging the auto system. I can't really blame them. I get it. I see it. Hi, kitty cat. I want to get up and take a stream break, but I have to go back. I have to go back to town. Carefully. I've killed a lot of thistle bears. I'm avenging all the people that have died to thistle bears. These are the most dangerous mob. They're the number 33 deadliest mob in Azeroth. Their average prey level is 12.3, which is basically their level. And I'm out here trying to avenge all of the other elves. Yeah, there's another one. It's September. Hi, kitty. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Man, if I was a skinner, I would be making bank off all this leather. I am leaving a trail of skinnable corpses behind me. Where does water and gravity fit into the death leaderboard? I'd have to check. My birthday is in September. I am a week away from my birthday, more or less. September the 8th is me. I'll be 31.
I can't cast that yet.
Hi, sweetie. Not just more or less, actually a week. Listen, I've learned important lessons about not speaking in absolute terms unless necessary on stream. There is often a technical definition where it's not quite right, and you will hear about it. Might not be a week in Australia or something, I don't know. Your cat's defective? I'm a cat apologist. I think they're all perfect. Okay. I always end up going down this way, and I'm not going to. I'm going back around this way. Hey, Hazel. How goes hardcore? Hello. So far, so good. I've made it back to where I died last time. I've made it back to the same level that my priest died at. I am trying to be more cautious than my hunter this time. Good to have a pet attack macro for Hunter's Mark. It's nice. I've been, oh, that's a rare. That is a stealth rare. However, I am a high enough level, I think, to kill it. I can see how that might get you. What did you drop?
I can't carry any
Bard's Boots of Power. Oh, melee attack power. I will drop some stamp for that. That's fine. Here, let me open up some clams. That's a lot of attack power. I think it will only count when I'm in melee, but sometimes I melee things. It's been known to happen. I also got a Birchwood Maul of Strength. 9 silver! 4 strength, 9 silver. Just to vendor the thing. That's amazing. That was just a random drop, I think, from the other mob that I killed. Is it weird to put chips inside your sandwiches? It's not unheard of. I would call it unorthodox, but not unheard of. I would say it is 15% stranger than dipping fries in your milkshake, which is not that weird. I've seen it happen. I've done it before. Cat scratches and bites sometimes when you try to be affectionate. Oftentimes cats aren't really in the mood for affection, or they might not interpret it in the same way. Cat body language can be a good way to kind of figure out if maybe your cat's overstimulated and is more likely to bite or scratch if you attempt to touch it versus other times when your cat might be more relaxed and looking for affection. One thing I've always tried my best to do with Kira is to try to read her body language and her mood and to respect her boundaries when she's setting them. So things like her posture, her tail thwapping is like a really good indicator. Her ear position, that kind of thing can give you some hints as to whether or not it's a good idea to pet the cat in that particular moment. Stealth rare is rude. I was surprised it wasn't higher up the deadliness meter, but I guess as a rare, it's whatchamacallit, not up that often. Auction house it? The auction house price was only at 11 silver, and the deposit on something like that is going to be so high that I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better just to vendor it. It's there, yeah, auction is only 11 silver. I did an auction house scan recently. I'm going to get rid of the bananas. I'm going to vendor that. Same thing with the woolies. It's only an extra silver in a bit, and chances are that it might not even sell. Bear meat. I have lots of bear meat. I was going to vendor that bag, those feathers. I'm going to feed a crawler claw and then get rid of those. Same thing with the boots. Deposit plus the auction is cut. Yeah. I have 41 silver. I'm rich. I'm wealthy. That's one thing I love about grinding really slowly is that you get all kinds of grinding really slowly is that you get all kinds of gold. You get tons and tons and tons of gold. The fries are definitely weirder. I guess it's more mixing. Sweet and salty is always yummy though. A whole 10 slot bag. I bought that on the auction house. Somebody posted it for 40 silver and I was like, yes, I will pay 40 silver. The crafted silk ones are going for like 50 silver, and that's honestly probably what I'm saving up for next. Although I'm gonna Wowhead Classic right now. I'm going to look up on Wowhead the bear meat thing. I want to know when I can learn how to cook that. Reagent for blood sausage or smoked bear meat. Smoked bear meat is just bear meat. It's cooking 40, which I could do. It is not a buff food. Blood sausage is a 4-stem buff food, but it takes a bunch of other stuff, and that's like a Loch Madan thing, I'm pretty sure. So I could use this to level up my cooking. How do I train that? Recipe smoked bear meat on vendors. Loch Madan and Silver Pine Forest. Never mind. I'm vendoring the bear meat. I was thinking of a different kind of bear meat. That was exactly what I wanted to know. Okay, we're gonna get rid of all of that. I'm still holding on to the oily black meth. Clam meat and crawler meat. I can cook both of them. I need 3 mild spices and I need 10 refreshing spring water.
Feel free to browse.
That's already my home.
Stars
If I can remember where the food and drink vendor is. Oh, I was just there. I was genuinely just there. So it's 22 copper for 5 water. I'm too lazy to do math. Heals for beer. Thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Hazel hardcore. It is. Yeah. I'm leveling. I'm cooking. And then 3 mild spices for crab cakes. Although it's the same kind of buff food. I'm going to just boil up some clams here. And I'm going to take a very short break. 1 sec. Kitty cat. All right. Hazel Hazel, watch out. Enemy charging towards you. Another stir purchase for tender transmog again. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the end of those. I think that's going to be a thing.
What can I do for you?
Oh, that quest is brutal. I don't think I'm going to... I don't even know if I want to have it on me. I'm also not going for Merc Deep just yet. Where am I? Tools of the Highborn. Ruins of Metheron, eastern side of the main road to the south. Tools of the Highborn, eastern side. Also, there's the Moonstone Seal from Bashalaran. That's a bit lower level than me as well. Maybe I'll do that one first. Well, where is this? Metheron. Oh, it's all the way down there. So there is some higher level stuff around it. But that area itself looks like it's mostly okay. There's also another quest down there. Yeah, let's head south to there. Let's go do that one. I'm going to use Troll's Blood. I'm going to see if I can make a defense file. And just load up on these. I also have, oh, you know what I should do actually? Is I should make one minor healing pot and then turn that into my one lesser healing pot for my one Briarthorn. And then I'll have that like hotkeyed so that that's my get out of jail free pot. That would heal me for 140 to 180 health. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, I've done just hardcore. I'm saving trading post for some future time when I'm feeling more trading posty. I think I will get there, but for the moment, do I want to? Nah, I don't need arrows. So you got the Felblaze Inferno recently. Congrats. Thank you very much. I do have a quiver. In Classic, if you had a quiver equipped, you used to actually see it whenever your character was shooting. Not all the time. It's showing my staff on my back right now, but... There's more Moonstalkers down here, too. The Moonstalker runt, specifically. I need fangs from them. Oh, yeah, there's lots of them. Let's pull a bear back. Then we'll do the Moonstalker. I wonder how many people that die in hardcore and then transfer a character off realm will actually continue to play that character for a meaningful amount of time. The cynic in me says that it's just a feel better measure, that it's not actually, that people aren't actually going to suddenly regain an interest in traditional, not hardcore classic. But I could be totally wrong. Maybe this will infuse life into those servers and more people that have started leveling in hardcore and then decided that they really like it after all, but would like to play it without losing all of their progress. The Saberclaw, thank you very much for the 35-month resub. Happy long weekend, Hazel and stream. Belated grats on your new puppy. I think you named him so you could say in your best fake Scottish accent. There's a moose loose in the house. Fake Scott. Do I have I have a fake Boston / Eastern United States accent that travels a lot and it's terrible. I use that when it's time to take him outside to go to the bathroom and I can go, Moose, do your business. I don't think I have a fake Scottish accent. I think I would just offend everybody dramatically. The fake Scottish version of house sounds the same as the Norwegian version for house. Hoose. Is there a moose loose in the hoose? Oh, Kitty, I want to relax, but I can't. I want to get comfy. I want to just like curl up and lean back. But it's hard. How would a dwarf say it? Oh god. Pet leveling works new to Hunter, start a hardcore with it. There is, if you go to wow-petopia, there's a fan site, and you go to their classic guide section. Let me see if I can grab a link for you. They have all of the info you need, and it is more info than I can succinctly give you on stream, but there's really, really good guides here. So here's the summary page. Let me, there you go. That for sure. That will write it up for you. There's quite a few differences. It is helpful to know them for classic or for hardcore, and that'll get you caught up. I got more ancestral woolies. That's the second pair that's dropped for me. I know that there are Blackwood fur bulks down that way. I am gonna do that, I think, but I'm gonna out level it a fair amount before I do, because that's a pretty concentrated camp. It's a little bit of a red zone for deaths, and they multi-pull. Grizzly slippers are leather. Yeah, no, those are not an upgrade. Okay. Let's go around. Yet again, 15. I'm a tiny bit addicted, so I've been playing a decent amount. I've been playing a lot. It's just really, really, really fun. Of course, the High Scholar Mog pack is the Storm with the Tender. Didn't want to buy Tender, but I want the Mog. We'll see. Alright. Watch where you're going. You're in Darkshore, Hazel. Careful. You only have to die once. Is that Silverleaf? That is Silverleaf. I'll take it, though. What's my herb level up to? I need 85. 85 will let me do Stranglethorn, Stranglekelp. 84. Almost there. Nearly there. And then there's another quest to pick up on the road a little bit this way before we go into a Methron. A full third of all hardcore hunters have died. Did they really? Oh, man. Ooh, level 15 Moonstalker, scary. Okay. I want to pick up this quest before I head into that area on the left, but I do not want to go into that area on my right yet. I need items from them, but that can be a later me thing. I'm only level I'm not here to fight mobs that are my level. Especially in the second zone. I feel like the second zone is where they decided that it would be fun to get a lot of players killed. Back when they were designing this game to not be permadeath, so mobs start to have much more dangerous abilities. And it can be very easy to get yourself into trouble. So I need to read a couple things out here. Do you have to do Red Ridge Mountains? You don't have to do anything. Well, actually, that's not true. You have to find mobs to farm eventually. Red Ridge seems very dangerous, though. I don't think that many people go there, and I think a lot of the people that do go there die. Tribal gloves. Is that an upgrade? White quality 37 armor. They are slightly better. Those are mildly better than my current gloves. One thing I could have picked up, actually, and I might do next time I'm in town, is just a stack of armor kits off the auction house. They should be pretty cheap. It's just 1 leather per armor kit. And you make quite a few of them while you're leveling, so I'm assuming they're not very expensive. And you can add 8 armor to 4 slots. You can get an extra 24 armor just for keeping that on your gear. I think that would be pretty cheap. Could send you some. That's very kind. I don't want to solicit gifts, though. I don't mind buying them. Whoa. Spawns behind me. This is a bit of a dense area. Let's be careful. Let's be cautious. Let's pay attention.
I cannot attack that.
Here's a level 17 hunter. I was going to say that's crazy over level, but I guess I'm level 15. I'm not that far behind them. I have not seen Red Ridge in the heat map. I'm a bit scared to look. I wonder if it's less hot just because not as many people even get to go there. Because it's a bit higher level. A lot of people will never even make it. Like, you wouldn't go to Red Ridge until, like, close to 20, right? Maybe 15 to 20. And a good, like, more than half of characters have died before then. It's red. Looks like a sunburn. After I get out of here, I'll take a look at it. Back south. I'm happy with all the copper. I'm getting like 20 copper per mob. This isn't bad just for farming gold, especially with how fast the respawns are. Copper. Oh, I picked up native bands. I wanted to see if those are cloth bracers. That's not better. Please look. Yeah, I kind of thought they were going to make another class that mainly uses ranged physical weapons as well. I agree, Mixon. I think that's a bit strange. All right, hang on. Red Ridge. Wow, there's a big patch. Oh, that's that's the Wailing Caverns area, isn't it? It's just the Barrens in general. It does look like a sunburn. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know if I want to go over there. Oh, it's breezeweed. I still can't herb breezeweed. Wonder what's the #1 deadliest. Sometime when I'm not in this camp, I'll have to take a look. Primal mitts, leather, 33, 37. Okay. Oh yeah, those are respawns. Those respawn pretty quick. Tuna's health lasts a pretty decent amount of time. Trappers are #1. I was reading that kobold miners were #1 from the first cave in Elwyn Forest. I think people go in there at a pretty low level, and the spawns are just so fast, and they're pretty compact too. Like, it's a pretty tight cave compared to some of the other caves where there's a bit more space between the spawns. Yeah, I was just looking at the add-on data from today. Pack with a pillager does main damage. Trapper just steals the kill with the faster melee attacks. Hunter pet health seems better than the Voidwalker. I miss my Voidwalker. I miss Thognose. I wish my lock hadn't died. This is like this. I do way more damage in my Hunter, and I do it much more easily. Part of me wants another crack at Warlock. I guess I could do it. There's nothing stopping me from doing it. Part of me wants to take another stab at Warlock. Learning what I know now. I could do an Undead finally. And then I would be doing Horde quests. Very close call yesterday on my lock. Human warlock or undead. I know. Nothing stopping you from bringing Hazel to a normal classic server. That's true. There isn't anything. But I would want to start over. I would want to start over on hardcore. I'd want another chance at the permadeath. That and my undead lock level 10 so sad. No! Just when you get to the point where you can start to look into getting your Voidwalker. I've seen people die to the Voidwalker, like when they're doing the summoning quest. I've seen people die to that, which is heartbreaking. There are 7 highborn relics. When will you get another chance at Thognog? My new pets would have new names. My new lock pets would have totally new names. I would do a different race just to make it feel a little bit different from Hazel and not just like I'm doing the exact same thing over again. I wonder if I would make her tailoring. I might. Tailoring and then like skinning just for making gold. You skin, you get leather, you vendor it, and you farm cloth. The traditional pair with tailoring is enchanting, but I think enchanting in classic hardcore is really rough unless you can make it to higher levels. Like, yeah, you can enchant your gear, but you're just going to be so starved for enchanting mats early on. Timocracy, thank you very much for the 24-month resub.
Don't have a target.
Happy 2 years. Ceremonial lesser bracers. Yeah, those are better. I'm getting some serious white quality armor from these mobs. You doing okay? Yeah, you're doing okay. This seems like a reasonable place to just to farm. Get some gold. Enchanting even a regular classic, such a gold sink. Have the same water bottle as you. It's a good one. It's held up. I have committed accidental violence against that water bottle. It has been dropped on rocks at the beach. It has been knocked off the desk. It has been thrown from counters. I don't have a ton of control over my limbs. It's a little dented in spots, but it survived.
What brings you here?
Alright, and we're gonna make our way back up north because our bags are filling up anyway. The lineage conversation is really interesting to me. I know it's not exactly the same, but I was reflecting recently on how it's a bit goofy that I've never done a DNA test or any kind of lineage test for myself. But I'm gonna do one for my dog. I want to know exactly what, or at least to the best of a dog DNA test, and I'm sure they're all varying degrees of accurate, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But I would like to have some idea as to which different breeds are in my mixed breed pup. I know he's a German Shepherd Husky mix, but I would be shocked if those are the only things that were going on in there. It's possible. It's possible that his mom was a purebred German Shepherd and his dad was a purebred Husky or something like that. I don't have a lot of details about his background, but with the way dogs like that are, I don't know if that would be exactly the case. Peace bloom this way. Buzzed my wife's head and got the Paladin quest hammered hardcore. Wow, nice. There's a good day. I gave my partner a haircut recently, and I'm getting better at containing and cleaning up trimmed hair. I'm not perfect at it. I got some in my drawer. I have one of my bathroom drawers. I need to remove everything from it and then just like wipe it out or vacuum it out or something. Their hair was longer though, so it was a bit more. Moose 100% built different. I've never had a puppy before him. And I know they grow fast, and I know, German Shepherds can sometimes be big. Siberian Huskies are usually like medium to medium large, but German Shepherds can sometimes be large. So it's kind of an open question as to how big he's going to get, but he just seems, he seems big for his age, I guess is what I'm trying to say. He is not quite 4 months yet. I think he is like 3 months and 3 weeks at some point, something like that right now. And my boy is just bigger, my boy's bigger every day. I was holding his paw in my hand, and I have fairly long fingers and a reasonably large hand. I am not like a tiny woman by any means. And his paws looked massive. I know it's part of it's just because he's my boy and I want him to be just a big, beautiful, healthy boy. But I'm almost worried that what if he gets too big And it causes him health problems. I know sometimes they're really, really big dogs, or if there's like gigantism in dogs, that can reduce their lifespan. He's got bear paws. He does have bear paws. They're like picture perfect dog paws. Like you see it from the bottom and it just looks like a paw print logo. And I understand that's like what dog paws look like and that's why they make the logos like that. But I guess I hadn't been around a dog enough recently. I just love him so much. I don't want anything to happen to him. But I guess sometimes things happen no matter how much you love them and how careful you are. You just have to love every day that you get. I had a previous dog in my life that had hip dysplasia. His hips would like dislocate. You had to sometimes twist it to pop it back in. He would pop it out of its socket if you stretched it a funny angle, and he wouldn't be able to walk on it until you clicked it back in for him. It was gruesome, but it happened reasonably often. I'll believe it when I see it on Insta. I know, I've been lazy about posting. We are almost back to town. I have the human version. It's fun. Oh. Everything that you love is going to be covered in dog hair from now on. Yeah. I've been there before. I think it'll be more dog hair because it's going to be a greater quantity. My boy has a beautiful, fluffy double coat coming in. Not like maximum fluffiness, but it's certainly a double coat. He is not like a smooth-coated dog. And it's so beautiful, and it feels so good to bury your fingers and give the scritches, and he's going to shed like a monster, I know it. He hasn't started shedding yet very much, but I bet you anything, once he like finishes kind of growing out his puppy coat, and or we transition into winter and he's blown a summer coat. Floof. I got a good vacuum. That's all you can do. Egg. All of these things we can just kind of vendor. Mushrooms. Paws. Still kind of holding on to the oily black mouth.
Illuminate your path.
Pet hair is just pet glitter. Some dogs apparently love being vacuumed. Not mine. I've been working on brushing him. He gets worked up. He thinks we're playing. Man, I might make it to level 16. I should give more gravity to this moment. I might actually make it past the level where my warlock died. I'm gonna head up into Bashal Iran and I'm gonna look for moonstalkers on the way. I'm also gonna get maybe 3 more stacks of arrows if I can. 6 to 8 months, you can talk to your vet doing an x-ray exam to check his hips. Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I have a really good vet, which I'm glad of. They've done a wonderful job with Miss Kira. They're great so far with Mr. Moose, and my strategy is I will book whatever appointments that they think I need. It was funny. They were trying to talk to me about his vaccine schedule and be like, well, he's due for this one here and this one here, but like if we group these ones, then we can do the next batch here, and then like, you know, it's nice to do them in pairs or something. And I'm just like, listen, tell me when to bring the dog in, and I will bring him in, and we will give him any shots you recommend. All the vaccines, you know. Load him up as per vet recommendations. I'm not here to try to pick and choose which ones I think he needs. Yeah, have at it. He will, and in more protection, better. What am I doing? I'm going, oh yeah, arrows. Unexpectedly missed the auto sort button in Classic. Makes me appreciate the yak so much more. That's a drink vendor. That can't help me. Food and drink vendor also can't help me. I know that there is somebody that will sell me arrows here. I just sometimes lose them. Dog owner's getting cagey about vaccines. So I hear. Ah, it's a bummer. I want to find. Do you sell them to me? No. Not over there. Maybe over there. General goods? General trade supplier. Blacksmithing supplies. No. That's not it. How difficult is it to train a dog without hiring a trainer? I think that answer would vary wildly depending on your dog, depending on your dog's history. There are probably some dogs, especially that have had a rough start to life and have really ingrained problem behaviors, that it would be very difficult to do it on your own as an amateur. But a dog, especially when you're starting with kind of like a blank slate puppy, and if you read a decent amount of literature and you look it up, you might have a much better time of it. I am maybe even a little overcautious with Mr. Moose about trying to prevent him from picking up any bad habits, because I know it's going to be way easier to prevent now than to fix later. And so far, I feel like the training books that I've read, the training that I'm doing is sufficient that I don't need one, but I think that that's different for lots of different dogs. I'm really lucky that I'm able to give him a lot of time and work with him a lot. Somebody that maybe doesn't have as much time, or like works a more demanding job, or somebody in a household where different members of the household aren't as on board. I'm very lucky that my partner and I are basically doing exactly the same things with the dog. But if you had like family members that are maybe less, they're more lax about the things that they're reinforcing with the dog, that can become trickier too. But dog trainers are experts. They have a lot of experience. They're going to be well researched in techniques, but they're people, and those are techniques that you can learn as well. I think a really good trainer is going to give you the tools to do the work with your dog, because you're the one that's with your dog 24/7, and it's not something you're going to need to go to forever. It's going to be do X amount of sessions, learn these tools, ask your questions, and just kind of, get you set up to kind of do it yourself. Has he relaxed about baths? I haven't given him another one, actually. I've been meaning to, and I haven't gotten around to it. I've been doing a lot of paw handling. Have you seen those? I'm sure you have. The mud buster thing, where you like put your dog's paw in a cup that has like silicone bristles with water. I'm getting him used to that because he's going to pick up an awful lot of mud out here in the Northwest in the rainy season. He was surprised, but he was placated by the treats that I was offering him. However, he's not afraid of the bathroom at all. Now that he's got kind of free reign of the front rooms, he'll just kind of wander to the bathroom and sit in there while I'm brushing my teeth and stuff, or like lay on the bathroom floor while I'm showering. So I don't think he hates the bath so much that he's like avoiding the room. I think I just need to slow down and do more baby steps. I think next time that I give him a bath, I won't pour the water on him because he didn't like that. I think I'll kind of back up a step. Maybe like a nice damp cloth to help rinse the soap off of him. And I'm using diluted soap to begin with too, because I know I'm not going to get it all off. He's living the smelly life. He smells okay, I promise. Well, can I promise that? He smells nice when he's not wet. Dog trainers in my country are sketchy. Feel like they're more focused on teaching tricks than behavior. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. The dog trainers are probably not all created equally as well, and there's different schools of thought as to how to train dogs, and they will sometimes use wildly opposed schools of thought that would be, varying levels of effective. You got to kind of figure out your own, what feels right to you for how you're going to train your dog and how you can show it consistency and how you can help it win. Are wireless keyboards worth it? For a desktop PC, in my opinion, no. I like wireless things that are attached to me. I think wireless headphones are super worth it unless you're doing something that you need to have up to the moment sound playback. Like if you're playing like a competitive online shooter, then maybe not. But for WoW, I am very much in favor of wireless headphones, because otherwise I would, get up and pull a big fat Greek wedding and trip myself with the cable 30 times a day. But for keyboard and mouse that are just sat at the desk where I don't move them ever, in that case, I feel like you're just messing with batteries and latency and connection issues for no reason. Infrequent baths are best for double-coated dogs. Brushed often, bathed approximately twice a year.
It is too far away.
I love my puppy. I'm really glad I got one. It's a lot sometimes. And I knew that when I got one. I was kind of on the fence about a puppy, and I was a little more interested in adult dogs. But then the puppy ended up, I did apply for a puppy, and that's how I got Mr. Moose. But I'm glad that they picked us for him. I love him. He's wonderful. I think he's going to grow up to be the goodest boy. Could never go back to a wired mouse. Wouldn't bother with a wireless keyboard, though. I used to pack a wireless mouse around with a laptop back when I would travel more, and I was doing more stuff with the laptop. It was nice back then to have it handy. What am I doing, by the way? Where am I going? I was kind of sort of farming Moonstalker fangs. Kind of, sort of. There is Silverleaf. I'm kind of sort of herbing. Oh, I was going to head up back to Bashalaran to do the Moonstone seal. I've just started running the wrong way. I'll course correct. We can turn back the other way. I did at least find the sharp arrow vendor, so there's that. Having 60 tunes in retail is a funny experience. Commissioned a guy to make me 200 sturdy shovels. That's a lot of looting. Those don't stack. Whenever you need to turn in 10 shovels for the barter brick thing, I always got kind of exhausted, like buying them one by one in the auction house. I'm playing on Skull Rock, North America. I am Alliance on Skull Rock. That's why I commissioned. Don't they still mail? I guess you would pick up 12 of them in the mail. That would make sense. You seem to be still alive. Hello, Dirta. So far, can't complain. I am alive. I am nearly level 16, which will be a new Hazel Hardcore personal best. So I'm excited about that if I can get 2 more bars without sudden demise, which I think will be okay. Although, I said that when I started fighting the trucks. I talk a big game sometimes. Knock on wood. I need another pink file. I've got them offset a bit. Do all the Dragon Race World quests. With your 60 characters, you get 300k gold. Maybe I need more alts. That would be a lot of travel time, though. I feel like that would be a big project. That would take a long time to do. We have all of 2 of 6 Moonstalker fangs. It's coming along. At 16, though, I'm going to be able to train... I might have to go back to town. I don't know if there are hunter trainers or class trainers in Aberdeen. I think there's not. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to get Immolation Trap, which I think might be kind of fun to play with. I can also probably afford to train Wing Clip. I would love to have enough silver. Oh, I have 70 silver. I can actually afford a second 10-slot bag. Wow, you make silver a lot faster, especially when you're grinding mobs out here. That's nice. I'll buy a second silk bag. That's worth. Those will last me a long time. Sorry to see your gnome died. Thought you weren't gonna make another hardcore care. I had changed my mind. I wasn't gonna change my mind. It turns out death is a powerful motivator to go back in. You want to see how you can do differently. You are my favorite WoW YouTube creator. Oh, thank you. How's the puppy doing? I have Yorkies. Those cute puppies. My doggie's good. He's good. He's a puppy. He's living his best puppy life. He is in good health and reasonable happiness. He's napping as far as I can tell. I think I need to let him nap more. I think I've been getting him overtired. I think I just got to let the dog sleep a little bit more. I was a bit anxious initially about letting him sleep so long that he would be like bursting to go out when he woke up and I would miss the window. So I was like kind of getting him up to take him out every 3 hours. And I'm now in the camp of just kind of keep an eye on the dog. Make sure somebody's keeping eyes on the dog. And then just kind of wait for him to wake up. He's not going to go in his sleep. And he needs to sleep. And he gets cranky when he's tired. So we had the flimsy veneer of, you guys wanted me to make another hardcore character pool. Yeah. I think I was going to do it anyway, but I would have maybe felt less gung-ho about it if everybody had been like, no, turn off Classic at once. We're done with this. But it was pretty overwhelming in favor of go back in. He is a growing boy. He's such a good boy. I am proud of him like 25 times a day. He does something where I'm like, oh, good job, bud. That's really impressive for a not 4-month-old baby. Does he get vocal when cranky? He has like a very specific grumpy where he will kind of, it's like the tail end of his tantrum. And he will get, and it's my favorite. It may get annoying eventually, but it's not annoying right now. It's so cute. His biggest tantrum trigger is if we're eating food and he can't have it, especially if he knows it's something that he's had before. We had a bit of a meltdown over carrots because we've given him carrot before. He does well with it. He likes it. He'll eat it. A little extra veggie in his diet. That's fine. But we were having some steamed carrots, and he had already eaten his, and we were eating our steamed carrots, and he was very upset that we weren't giving him ours in addition to his. It's a lesson everybody's got to learn eventually, but he was like, but I can have that one. But what do you mean? And he was pretty wroth that moment. I think we may have left the room. Song of his peoples. We have our cat's litter box. I'm also praising him every time he uses it in the new place. I think getting a puppy has made me reappreciate all over again how chill a well-adjusted adult cat can be. Holy smokes, Miss Kira does not ask very much of me. You know, she needs a clean box. She needs some food. She needs love. She needs some cuddles and attention every day. I brush her teeth every night. But for the most part, she just wants to sleep. She just wants to find her chair, her bed, our bed. She just wants to hang out and sleep. She sleeps a lot. And it is dramatically less effort to keep up with her than it is. I mean, it's not a fair comparison. Moose is a puppy. Needs you in the office by 9. This is true. She used to yell at me to end stream too. I don't know if you guys remember that, but she used to meow at me to stop stream and to come out into the kitchen, and she doesn't do that now. I think because she's not going in the kitchen. That's dog zone. And now I think she would be happy if I just stayed in my office all day. Learning that some people food is doggy food, but not all people food is important and confusing. Yeah, it's a bit tough for him. I've been trying to kind of eyeball how much patience he looks like he's going to have at mealtimes, because sometimes if he's just going to get a bit cranky, I'm willing to let him sit with that and to learn to live with disappointment. But if it seems like he's already in the mood, like before you even bring out the food, where it's not going to go over well, that's usually when I'll just try to redirect ahead of time to give him like a chew to work on, or to fill his Kong with something that'll keep him busy for a while, just because the full-blown meltdown's not helping anybody. He can work on his patience when he's not pre-existingly cranky, is my current train of thought anyways. I'm sure I'll change my mind at some point. What am I doing? I got 3 Briarthorn. That's kind of nice. I was looking for the Ancient Moonstone Seal. They can drop from the satyrs. I'm out of
range.
She used to go away, wait 20 seconds, then meow really loudly thrice a day. Did you get Miss Kira when she was a kitten? Yes. There is some footage of that from like a 9-year-old, 8-year-old YouTube video, something like that, 2014-ish. Oh, I guess 2014 was 9 years ago, of Miss Kira when she was just a little baby. She was very cute. Get one of his tantrums on camera, post to Insta. No promises. Usually if he's throwing a tantrum, I'm doing my best not to reinforce it with any attention. I'm just kind of letting him work through his feelings on his own. And he seems to think that me looking at him or pointing a camera at him is a form of attention. I think if it's just the grumbles, it's probably fine, especially if I can get it from far enough away, but no promises. Does she still do the meowing thing? A little bit, not nearly as much currently. I think she might get back into it later. For a week or so when we first brought the dog home, she was very much in stealth mode. She didn't make any noise at all. I think she knew there was an animal. She didn't know much about it, and she was determined to not be discovered for a while. She got over that, but that was certainly a phase we went through at first. Do you sometimes see the lovely death of other streamers, players on a higher level? I see them pop up on deathlogs sometimes. Although, that's not quite what I meant. I see them pop up in deathlogs sometimes. I haven't watched any of the clips. I've heard that's really fun, watching hardcore death clips. Level hype. Oh, we're so close. The clips are something to behold. A level 34 just died. Level 16. I'm just cranking Tuna's tankiness. Health and armor rating. That's all I've put talent points into so far. Watching hardcore death clips is basically a streamer category. Oh, streamers watching them. I see, I see. How goes it with the hunter? So far, so good. Level 16, new personal best. Battered chest. I'm going for it. 68 copper. Those aren't very good. I'm still missing the moonstone seal. Not from there. Not from there. Jelly May, thank you for the brand new set. Appreciate it. I'm kind of tempted to hold on to the cloth that I'm earning on this character and then send it to, if I was going to make an alliance warlock again, like a human warlock or something, or even a dwarf, send it over so that I could do tailoring on an alliance alt. But part of me needs to play less hardcore or like not so many characters. Did you find Darkshore easier than Lochmadan? I think so far, yes, but I think it's because I've learned a little bit from Lochmadan. Lochmadan is scary because there is the very first area they send you in is like dicey. Your best move is basically to either not do that first quest or certainly don't go into the south area where the seers are. To be really careful with those trogs or just skip them and then come back later because they are capital D dangerous. Whereas in Darkshore, there are dangerous things that are close by, but they're not like right on top of your entry point in the same way. So you're a little bit more, you can be a little bit more prepared for them. It seems like the big danger in Darkshore that a lot of people die to is kind of pulling extra thistle bears that they're not ready for. And just like ending up with too many things on top of them in the forest. I thought it was going to be an undead lock. I was thinking undead, but if I do an undead lock, I cannot share anything from this hunter. My other hunter could send her cloth. Kabiku could send an undead warlock cloth, but this hunter could not because you can't mail stuff cross-faction in Classic, just retail. I know it's just the satyrs that drop the thing that I need, but at least I'm making decent gold. I have 74 silver right now, and I'm pretty proud of that. Next time I go back to town, I'm getting another silk bag. I don't care if I'm spending 50 silver on it. That is super, super worth it right now. Send all crafting items to Money Baggins, my bank goal. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I'm not exactly doing solo self-found, so I don't think there's any... I guess I just got to decide for myself what is making hardcore fun for me and whether or not it would feel like quote-unquote cheating to mail myself stuff to my other characters, because you could give like a fresh level 10 a much easier start by taking a level like 16, not even fresh 10, like a fresh level 5. You can give them a really safe start by sending them the best stuff, or even just sending them a lot of mats, or a lot of silver so that they can train everything right away, or sending them bags so that they're not running back to town all the time. It doesn't take you very long to get to the point where you could outfit another character pretty well. Nope. Gone too far south. Could you be convinced to shop around a bit? Does it have to be silken? It doesn't doesn't have to be silken. That's what I did with the large red one. I checked for other 10 slot bags, and I found one that was cheaper, and I bought that. But I also don't want to wait too long, so if there weren't any that were cheaper, I would just get the cheapest 10 slot available. Morning, Hazel. Good morning. How are you? A level 21. Joy of tiny things make you survive a bit more. I think sending yourself things would spoil that a bit. Yeah, you might be right. I think you've got a point. I think I picked up a decent amount of lesser healing pots out here. I only made one of those. Three of them I must have looted from mobs out here. How is my skill now? So my weapon skills are of 80. I would love to get my staff is at 70. My defense is a tiny bit behind. I'm gonna aspect of the monkey here, and although I don't know if I dodge an attack because I have aspect of the monkey up, I am not convinced. It's a range mob anyway. I am not convinced that that's going to help build my defense skill. I think I have to actually like eat the hit to the face. Never mind. I have coffee, so all is right. Yeah, I think that I would love for Blizzard to do that thing they were talking about of like an official solo self-found mode. That'd be really cool. Shook that I didn't know that you could learn pet moves by taming different pets. In all fairness, it's a bonkers system. It was so silly and arbitrary and weird. It's pretty strange. I should actually, now that I'm 16, I should, next time I'm back in town, take a little look on the site and see when I can get new ranks of stuff for tuna, or if it's worth chasing down like a new rank of claw, or a rank of claw. Take a look at what we're dealing with here. Those satyrs do not want to drop me that moonstone seal. No good so far. No, shook is a reasonable verb there. If you do make an undead warlock, recommend after doing the undead zone, go to the orc zone, do those quests, give you a couple extra levels. Yeah, warlock pets are a lot more straightforward and classic than hunter pets are. You need to train them abilities, but you just buy tomes off of the pet trainer, or the demon trainer. Hunter pet abilities are all over the place. Hey, we got the thing! I got my quest item. Wow, would you look at that? We can loop around to the north side. I'm kind of having fun grinding mobs here. This is good gold. I'm up to 75. Plus, I can vendor a bunch of stuff. They also level with you as opposed to always being a bit behind. I was gonna say Tuna's caught up to me, but Tuna's not quite caught up to me. Tuna's doing their best, working on it. Aw, the priest buffed Tuna too. I'm gonna melee this one. Very considerate priest. It was lovely. Oh, now that I'm level 16, the level 10 doesn't give me any XP at all. Oh, someone drowned at level 16. Oh, you gotta be careful doing that boat quest. Or you gotta like solicit water breathing out of a warlock. They get it surprisingly early. There's a few level 21s roaming around Darkshore. Someone died at level 23 in Red Ridge. Eee. I can reopen it, see if we're doing any better. Oh no, Moo the Third. Moo the Third made it to level 7. Red Ridge is where my 30 hunter died. Good wool farm, get first aid and the wool rep quest done. Died in Red Ridge too. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go. What if I just find some lovely level appropriate mobs in like Ashenvale, and I just farm those. Holy moly. What time is it? 11:46. What do you mean? How have we been going for almost 3 hours? That's not fair. That's not true. Time flies when you're auto-shotting mobs. Mailing silver to a backup character. The idea has been suggested. I haven't done it. Ooh, I got the red leather pants pattern. I haven't done it. The silver farm is a little bit of what I like about starting a new hardcore character. I don't really mind being broke because it makes it feel very exciting to grind, and while I'm grinding, I'm also getting experience, I think. But yeah, it does suck to lose all your silver. Time flies when playing Classic, kind of wild. Has it been suggested because you've died or almost died a lot? I did die once. I think it's just a good advice that people are passing around. It's just a good tip if you're somebody that wants to share stuff with your other characters. I'm kind of on the fence about whether or not I want to do that. I'm not like... I'm the worst, basically. I'm not committed to only picking stuff up on a character. Like, I'll make silver on them and buy stuff on the auction house and... You know, actually, I haven't sent anything between my alts because I haven't been able to. My alts are opposite factions, so I cannot send myself stuff. But like, I've taken bags from like a friend before, so I can't exactly claim like to be a big shot who is completely self-sufficient. I want that Briarthorn. I want it. The bow that I'm using now is the fine short bow that is limited stock availability off of bow vendors. You can equip it as low as level 11, and it does really pretty strong DPS for this level. It does 6.2 DPS. I spent 30 silver on it, and that was 30 silver. Pretty well spent. At the Ancient Flame. At the Ancient Flame. In Emetheron, and then return. Okay, so Emetheron... I thought Emetheron was down south. It is down south. I'm just like looking for the spot to do the thing at. I'll worry about that later. Difference in mailing silver to mailing cloth? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, what's that herb? Peace Blunt, okay. How much Briarthorn do I have? I have 4. It's not nothing. Favorite Kata revamp? Post-Kata Zone? Something you miss after seeing the classic version? Not really. I think I preferred... Well, I don't know. They're just different. They're just different. I don't know if one is better than the other. You know... You could make an argument for post-revamp Desolus because it's pretty. It's got like some life back in it. I thought it was nice that the Cataclysm had some mild positive side effects somewhere in its life. High enough to die for herbs, right? Oh man. Depends on where we are. My bags are almost full. We can go back to town and just clear out the bags a little bit. Halfway through the Moonstalker Fangs. We have not really been finding very many of them. What is that? Silver leaf, okay. Oh, that's what you mean by dive for herbs. I misunderstood. No, I'm not high enough level for that yet. I am... Actually, maybe I am. Yeah, I'm 90, so I could go pick Strangle Kelp. I don't think I need it yet for alchemy, though. If anything, what I need is oily blackmouth. I need to fish in the oily blackmouth pools. I gotta get my fishing skill up a bit in town. Like, next time I go back to Darnassus, and I'm not streaming so that I don't bore everybody to sleep more than I'm already doing, I need to just fish for a while, get my fishing skill up, so that when I come back out here, I can fish out of these oily blackmouth schools I'm finding, and then get mats for alchemy that way. Because... In retail, fun fact, you cannot fail fishing out of a pool. I don't even know if you can fail fishing without the pool anymore, but it used to be that fishing out of pools was kind of like a shortcut to always getting loot. And in Classic, you can fail fishing out of a pool and it will consume the pool. I failed to pull out a fish out of an oily blackmouth pool about 5 times in a row, and then the pool despawned and it was gone. So it's in my best interest to get my fishing skill caught up a bit, or to carry around a lure, but who's got time for that? Did you ever do archaeology? I did a lot of archaeology in Cataclysm, and then maybe in MOP. Not so much after that. I just kind of did the bare minimum to get the stuff from each expansion. I'm going to take those trog quests now, but I think if there are trogs near the town that are the same name, to see if those are safer. That valley should be called Death Valley. I wonder if I'm ever going to go back there as like a level like 30 and just get my revenge. Or if I do it again on another character, like a human or a dwarf or a gnome, and I'm just like more careful or higher leveled or something. I feel like I need to redeem myself in that valley, but I also kind of feel like that's just going back to the danger spot. It's not learning. Oh, hey, Moonstalker. Go as a priest. Mind control the drugs to kill the drugs. Okay. So far, so good. I'm up 2 levels in a 3-hour stream, which actually isn't all that slow. It's not crazy. It's not fast, but... Someone was talking trash to me in general chat, so I challenged them to a mock hurrah. They didn't accept, the coward. Learned that Firak is voiced by Matt Mercer. Maybe you want to go back and catch up on the story, and that has never happened to me in WoW. Did I die 10 times? No. This is my second character. It's my new personal best level. Oh, the deathlog is other characters that are dying. Those are other people dying. Yeah, we've died one time on a different character. There's a video. It's heartbreaking. Moo the Third is my guildie. I do love the existential dread you get from hardcore. I'm glad they're having fun. Died to an ice claw bear. Rest in peace. Alright, I can sell off some extra bandages. I have plenty of gold to buy a second silk bag, so I'll probably do that at some point too. Maybe get my fishing caught up a little bit. How's my cooking doing? 2 crawler meat still. Not so much with the clams. I might farm some crawler meat and buy some spices and just make a bunch of crab cakes just to level cooking. I kind of enjoy a good... I enjoy a good farm like that. Where you're just kind of grinding mats that you need to make something that you feel like is going to be good for you, even though I have a decent amount of Strider stew. What is Strider stew? Strider stew is yellow. Strider stew is Strider meat and red apples. I don't think I'm going to make that. I'd rather make the clams. The bear meat we're not going to use. I do not need 31 band-aids, so we can chuck a stack of them. What else can I get rid of here? Keep the ceremonial leather bracers. I can auction off the copper ore for a lot more than it would vendor for. The pants recipe is honestly a bit of a non-starter. Do you follow the lore short stories? I'm not much of a lore person. Horde guard killed someone.
Good luck, friend.
Should I pick up more of these quests now? I got my questy tracker down to 14. I still think Merc Deep is a mistake. I'm not prepared to do that just yet. You could say the pants recipe is pants. Look at all the things I could get in Darkshore. Look at all these quests. There's just so many things all over the zone. I still need to go do 20 thistle bears. That'll keep me busy for a while. It's a shame that I'm not skinning. Darkshore would be like a mecca for skinning. We're doing good though. We're doing good. I'm happy with this. I'm going to wrap up here for today. Let me put myself on a flight path back to town. I'm going to wrap up here.
I am honored.
I will be back tomorrow for a Saturday morning stream. I think I'm probably going to keep streaming hardcore until my brain lets me go, which we'll have to see when that is. I'm going to choose the prediction outcome. Yeah, payout time. Everybody who bet on me, congratulations, you were right. I was invincible. Complete prediction. Shout out to you guys for believing in me. No death today in Darkshore. Have a great day, Hazel, Kira, and Moose. Appreciate you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.